Hey guys, how's it going? Good morning. Let me set up this room real quick and then we can get started. So let me just come over here and set all this stuff up. All right, while this sets up, let me just get this link posted to the social media and then we should be good to go. All right, looks like this is posting up real quick. This is the trade that I took earlier for the scalp right here. I took the sell because it lined up with the other time frames as well. I started to use them as confluence and I'll go over that in a little bit. You know why I decided to take this trade. So let me just let this load up real quick. And then we should be good to go. All right, that looks good. Let me send you guys a link over here real quick, and then we should be good to go. All right, got this link posted real quick. Let me just get this posted. Once I'm done posting this up, I'm going to send out the Zoom link for you guys in the premium, and then we should be good to go. So we got this right here. Pin that. All right, let's post it. All right. So we got that posted real quick. Let me just get these links posted up to the social media real quick, and then we should be good to go. So I'm still waiting for some trades. It's only 6:30 right now, guys. So the market just opened. I did take this sell, a profit off that. I'm now waiting for the next one to appear. So we'll see if we could find one from now until 7:30 when the market starts to stabilize. And then if we do, I'll give it to you guys as a risky trade unless I'm taking it. Otherwise, we will wait for the market to fully stabilize before we enter anything else. So let's see, I got that link sent out to there. Post on the social media real quick, Facebook and Instagram. All right. Got it posted up here. Nice. Josh just sent his profits. He took that sell too. So I also took that sell. Looks like we all kind of locked that in right there. Josh made about 922 off that trade. Nice work, guys. All right, let me just post this up real quick. All right, looks like we're good. All right. Sorry, guys. I just lost my train of thought. Let me see what I was doing. Oh, yeah, I was going to give you guys a Zoom link. So 1 second, guys. Let me get you guys that Zoom link real quick. And then we should be good to go. All right. All right. Looks like we're good. Zoom links in the premium, Nick, if you want to go grab it. All right, let everybody into the room real quick, and then we can get started. So this thing dropped right here. You guys can see it's a full drop right here. We would have taken this trade using the new scalp strategy that I haven't released to you guys yet. I know some of you guys are like using it unofficially, and which is fine, but you guys have to understand the risk, you know, when trading that way, because the strategy isn't complete yet, and we're still developing the new K² indicator to identify, you know, these order blocks here. So let me just check the chat real quick. Hey, morning, Wava. Morning, Byron. Morning, Shawn. Morning, Billy. Morning, Steven. Morning, Big Thotty. Morning, Yash. Morning, Kuchi. Morning, Linda Wee. Morning, Kadre. Morning, David. Morning, Mark. Morning, Gactive. Morning, Kendra. Morning, Celibacy. Let's see who else is here. Morning, Essence. Morning, Angela. Morning, Josh. Morning, everybody. So I'm going to let everyone make it into the room real quick before we get started. Huge drop right here, guys. So if you guys have been following these right here, huge drop. So I was in this trade too. A lot of us entered this trade right here. So I did see some profits here that people made. Let me see if there's anything else right here real quick. Nice. CSIC made some pretty good profit. Nice. Rick made some profit too. Rick, nice. You're back on that horse. Looks like you locked in some pretty good profit this morning. So just looking at everyone's profits this morning, everyone's done pretty good. So people took that sell right there. Rick over here made 1,540. CSIC over here made 1,200 off that sell right there. Another 1,200 right there as well. Josh made 922.50 cents. Tam over here made about $300 or 250, I'm assuming. And then Trell over here made about 4,210 all this morning. So this is a timestamp from this morning. This is what everyone took. Essence over here is also killing it. Essence just joined K2. She showed me her chart today, and she's doing pretty good, guys. So as you guys can see, you know, if you're just joining K2, like Essence over, she showed me her chart this morning, and she was like right on point. She literally just signed up to K2 recently, and she's been killing it ever since she joined. So it's not that difficult, guys, to learn the strategy. I know I've been getting a lot of questions about like the basics of the strategy, and it's not that difficult, guys. If you guys go and watch the strategy videos, you guys can learn more. And I think it's a lot better for you guys to actually go and learn than just ask me directly, right? Because if I answer the question for you, you're not actually learning anything. And it's not that I don't want to help you. It's just that I want you guys to actually learn and not have you guys asking the same question every day, right? Because the strategy is very simple. I go over the strategy every day. And there's only a few requirements to follow. There's only like 1 or 2 requirements to follow. So it's really hard to get it wrong. But if I just answer the question for you, you know, odds are you're probably gonna ask the same exact question tomorrow. So that's just the, you know, the reason why I'm directing you guys towards the videos rather than asking me the specific question, because you guys have to actually struggle a little bit to understand these things so that you guys could actually really understand it, not just, you know, act like a robot and do what I say. But other than that, guys, we're just waiting for the next entry to appear. There's a couple good entries here that hit. So if you guys took this one right here, another full TP right there. So if you took these 2 trades here, full TP for this sell and this sell, it's probably what CSIC took over here. You know, looking at his profits right down here, CSIC took both sells here. He made about 1,266 and another sell for 1,258. So it looks like he probably took these 2 sells right here. I don't think there's anything else before that, but yeah, these would have been good if you took these during London session and US session right here. So we'll be looking for some more trades. When I do see them, I'll give you guys the entries and you guys will see what I take. But other than that, I think we're just gonna be waiting for the market to stabilize a bit, because you guys can see right here, this was the opening candle for 630. 1 of 2 things can happen. Price will either correct back to where it was before market opened right there, or it's going to continue dropping from this point. We can also take a look at the sentiment right now. It looks like sentiment is about 63% short. So that's why the market's starting to drop, right? Because yesterday market was 75% short, and that's why the market went up right here. And then as soon as people started shifting from sell to buy, it did the opposite, right? And that's why we try to do the opposite of what everyone else is doing. You know, the institutions and market makers usually go opposite of retail traders. So if all the retail traders are trading in one direction, odds are we should probably be trading in the opposite direction. There's a couple other things that are affecting the market as well. Like I can see right here, Johnson & Johnson, there's some COVID issues with their vaccine. So that's why it's in the negative right now. So we'll see how this all plays out throughout the day. And it looks like it's going to continue to drop. So that's fine with us. It doesn't matter if it goes up or if it goes down. We're still going to look for profits either way. To take these on. So, all right, let me just scroll up real quick, see who else is here. Let's see. Morning, Tommy. Morning, Josh. Morning, Craig. Morning, John. Morning, Sam. Morning, Vishnu. Morning, Larmias. Let's see. Morning, Short Scene. Morning, everybody. Morning, Sisuk. Morning, everybody. So let me just scroll up real quick and see. So if I see any like really basic questions in the chat, guys, I'm probably just going to pass those questions. Someone else in the chat could probably answer for you, or you can ask in the K2 chat. You know, one thing that we went over yesterday is that I have too many distractions, guys. Like a lot of people ask me too many basic questions, and I don't mind answering the basic questions, but the problem with me answering basic questions is that it gets in the way of my trades, right? Yesterday, we missed about like 2 or 3 trades because I was answering like some basic questions for you guys. So if you guys have a basic question, like a really basic question, then just ask in the K2 chat because someone else can help you there. It's not necessary that I have to go and take time to answer these basic questions during the live session because we're focused on trading during this time. So it's not that I don't want to answer your questions, guys. It's just that we're too busy and I'm getting too distracted missing trades for you guys here. So obviously I know majority of you guys want to make money here, right? So we're not here to answer very basic questions. We're here to make money from trading. So just keep that as a heads up. If you do post a question here and I don't answer your question, it's because I'm busy following the charts. And if you really want that question answered, just ask in the K2 chat, guys. We have like 8 chats here. You can go to any chat that you want. You can go in any of the premium chats, ask your question there. Someone will answer your question. Or you could go even in the public group. Someone will answer your question there as well. So that's going to be the reason why I'm going to skip over some questions if I do see some. If I do tell you guys that I have time to answer questions, then I'll let you guys know. But at this time right now, we're going to be looking for specific entries on the chart. And I'm going to be focused on my chart rather than focused on the chat. Let me just scroll up real quick and see if there's anything else that I missed. All right. Sisu said tried the new approach, but got caught in panic exits. So messed up on these two. Let me see if there's anything down here as well. Craig said to turn off the chat. Yeah, no, I would turn off the chat, guys, but I still want to help you guys out if there's something that's going on over here. Let's see. Valentine sent me his profits right now. Let's see what he made. Wow, nice work. So Valentine locked in. He took those sells too that I just mentioned for US 30. He locked in 2,345. So you guys can see here that a lot of people are locking in a ton of profits, you know, applying the strategy on their own. Like I didn't call any trades last night because there wasn't anything to take. But as you guys can see here, Valentine, he traded gold right here. He made some pretty good profit. And he traded US 30 and gold as well, you know, the rest of the morning. So he did pretty well this morning. And if you guys want to learn that and do everything yourself, you know, it's available to you guys. Just go on the website, k2trades.com, and sign up for the K2 strategy course right here. And basically, if you guys want to learn all the strategies, just go to this right here, the free access. You don't have to pay for anything. You can watch all the strategy videos there and learn everything as we go. So other than that, we're looking for a possible entry here. So the next signal is going to be a buy signal. If an order block appears down here, which I don't think is going to happen just yet, then, you know, we'll match it up with what we're looking at over here. I'm looking for some sells. My bias is for a sell right now. I'm not necessarily looking for a buy. The reason for that's because, you know, what I started doing is I started to look at the 10-minute and the other 3-minute charts for confluence. So like, for example, if I see one here for a sell, or if I see one for a buy, I'm going to look at this 3-minute with the pivots. And I'm also going to look at this 10-minute using the snipe strategy to identify if there's a confluence with that entry there. And that's why our win rate's so high here, because I make sure that the trade's a good trade before we, you know, before we enter it. Let's see. Nice. Nick said I made 145 off that drop. Got cold feet because of my losses yesterday, so I took profits where I was comfy. Yeah, no, it's smart, Nick. You got to take profit where it is where it's necessary, especially during market open right here. It was smart for you to take your profit because this could have easily spiked either way. It didn't have to come down right here at 630. It could have went up as well, and it could have been bad. So that was a good decision for you to pull out early. So we have a retracement right here. Like I mentioned, you guys can see right here where I marked up. On the following candle, it's either going to correct back to where it was around this area, or it's going to continue dropping. So we'll see where this goes from here. All right. A lot of people are asking, what am I drinking? I'm drinking pressed juice. I don't know if you guys have heard of pressed juice. It's just a cold pressed juice. Oh, sorry guys, my dog. All right. Now looks like the market has kind of just died down a bit. It's all right. This is fine. So what I kind of want to happen here is either we'll get a buy signal that's not a valid signal, and then we'll just wait for it to come back down. Right now, sentiment is kind of it's kind of balanced right now, so it's not necessarily going one way or the other. It's at 63%. It's now around the middle. All right, let's see. There's that buy signal right there that I just mentioned, right? So we got an invalid buy right here. That's perfectly fine. I actually want this to happen right here so that we can start looking for a sell. But we'll see where this closes. And I'll be matching it up with these over here as well. So I don't think there are any snipe entries. Let me just redraw the zones here. I don't think there were any snipe entries that were available this morning. Let's see this real quick. Yeah, no snipe entries right here. Looks like the last snipe entry is probably above this area over here. Yeah, so the last snipe entry was here at 3:50 a.m. So if anyone took this trade right here, this would have been the most recent snipe entry. So like right there, take that drop right there and full TP there for about 500 pips. Other than that, no entries on this side. So let me go back to this over here. Steven's asking, Stanley, we don't trade on TradingView. Yeah, we don't trade. We've never traded on TradingView, Stanley. It's always been the same that we've been doing before. FCMO isn't supported on TradingView, so we trade off MT4. We just mark up the charts on TradingView. See, Funky sent me your profits. Let's see what Funky made. Or Funky, sorry, I keep calling you Funky. So Funky over here, she took a bunch of gold trades over here. Looks like she made how many? Nice, 100 pounds. So she trades in pounds because she's located in the UK, or she's located around there. So she trades in pounds right here. So she locked in 100 pounds this morning. Nice, Funky, good work. So let's see what else we got over here. All right, cool. So we're just waiting for this to play out right here. There's no entry that's available just yet, but when it does become available, then we'll take it. Let's see, Josh said, so I'm looking at our admin chat over here. Yeah, I'm not going to show our chat, Josh. I'll leave it separate. Cool, let me just scroll up real quick. Steven's asking where under course is in the K² strategies for scalping. There's a whole section for scalping, Steven. If you go on the course, it says scalping there. There's a whole section. So I mean, if you go and check, Steven, you'll see it. And that's what I would consider a basic question, guys. Like, Steven's asking where can I find the scalping strategies? If you go on the course, it says scalping there, Steven. So you got to make the effort to go look at the actual course than me having to point it out for you. Here, I'll even show you real quick, just so I can show you. Like, this is what I mean about a basic question, guys. If you guys go on the course here, so Steven's asking, where do I find the scalping strategies, right? If you're on the course, it says scalping strategies right there, Steven. K2 scalping strategies, right? So if you go and take a look yourself, you'll see that it's right there. It's not hard to find. And, you know, basically that's where you would go look. So let me see if there's anything else over here. Shawn's asking, why are numbers prices different on TradingView and MT4? Because each broker is different, Shawn. You can look at any broker that you want. Even on TradingView, you can look at currency.com and then you compare it with, I mean, I can even show you Oanda, right? So if I go over here, US 30, and then we go to Oanda, it's not by the platform, it's by the broker. So you can see this pricing is way different from this pricing, right? This is 33,596 and this is 33,592. So it's not by platform, it's by broker. So it doesn't matter which platform you're using. It depends on the broker data that you're using. And that's how you'd be able to find it on there. Steven, just go back and rewind this replay. I literally just showed you guys where it was located on the courses, right, Steven? It's there, and depending on which one you're looking for, depending on which one you're looking for, you can check to confirm it. All right, let me check this real quick. Josh, I just saw your message in the group. All right, so we got this pending buy signal right here. This is fine. We're not going to take it because it doesn't line up with, it just disappeared. I want that to close right there. Like I want that pending buy to close so that we can take the sell. I mean, we'll see. If it starts to swing up, then we'll swing for the buy. But just looking at this here, it's still in a downtrend, right? It's downtrend on the 3-minute, it's downtrend on the 10-minute. So even if we were to catch this buy right here, I probably wouldn't take it. All right, Steve, I'm just gonna I'm gonna look over your questions because that's something that someone else can answer for you. So, Steve, if you have those basic questions, just ask in the group, ask in the chat, and someone else can answer your questions there. Because I don't think you're really getting it. If you guys are brand new here, Steven's like he's an old K2 member. He's just that we like to mess with him. We're sarcastic with him because Steven is just Steven, but he's cool. He's a friend of K2, and we just mess with. But Steven, if you have any of those questions, you should probably just ask in the K2 chat because this is not a buy low, sell high concept. We're trading off momentum, Steven. Nick said, Steven, you know that's not the case. Quit trolling. All right, this is perfect. This is what I was looking for right here. So now that we have this right here, I'm waiting for an order block to appear like somewhere over here. This might be an order block. And then if we do get an order block around this area, like we want an order block to appear somewhere around this area over here, or not even here. It doesn't have to be right here, but we want an order block to appear, and then we want a sell signal so that we can take it like this right here, right? Because we have our order blocks right here, right? Followed by a sell signal, full TP. We have our order blocks right here. It's followed by a sell signal, full TP. Again, right here, we want an order block to appear somewhere over here. And then we want the signal to appear below it so that we can take that sell and then, you know, full TP, same thing. That's basically what we're looking for right here. So we have a trade that's setting up right now. I'm just waiting for the order block to confirm. And we also have the confluence with the 10-minute for a sell and for the 3-minute over here with the pivots for a sell as well. So that's pretty much what we're looking at over here. So we're just waiting for that to confirm. Once it confirms, then we'll take this trade here for a sell. We're just going to be waiting for this to to set up before we're done, before we actually enter it, because this can still push up higher. It doesn't necessarily need to drop just yet. That's why we're waiting for that confirmation. Let's make sure my MC4 is good. Nick said even MC4 is showing a sell. Yeah, I know. But this drop right here is tricky because the reason for this is like I mentioned before. So looking at the 10-minute here, like I mentioned before, after this drop right here, price can either come back to where it was originally within this area before the market opened, right? Or it'll continue dropping from this point right here. So I'm not going to hop into this sell just yet because this can easily push up even higher. See how it's still pushing up right there? It's not ready to be entered just yet. So we'll keep waiting for this to play out. Once it plays out, we can make a decision from there. Unless there's an order block down here, there can also be an order block down at the bottom. If there's an order block from the bottom, we might switch our bias from a sell to a buy. But we just want to confirm that price is actually moving that direction. All right, let me just check this real quick. iPhone's is saying yeah, that's what we wouldn't do. iPhone say you can go on the lower time frame to find the order block. Yeah, the thing is, if we could do that, but if you were to do that, you're basically forcing a trade. iPhone. That doesn't fall into the strategy. You know, the reason why we have a high win rate at K2 is because we follow a strategy here. We're not forcing trades. You know, if that was the case where we went on the lower time frame to find an order block, you'd be taking a lot of fake outs, right? And that's why we don't follow that here. You know, what I do here works, so that's why we're going to keep doing what I do. If you guys want to look on the short time frame to find order blocks, you guys can do that. But if you guys lose a trade, you guys already know the reason for that loss, right? Like what we have here isn't broken, guys. We don't fix what's not broken, you know. So you just got to be patient. You know, trading is a game of patience. So that's why we're waiting for actual confirmation here on the 3-minute, and we're not bouncing around to like the 1 minute to force something that that's not even there yet. Because for example, here, if you're looking for a sell and you try to force an order block, so I can go here on the 1 minute, and I'm like, gosh, here, let's see, candles like this over here. You know, we would probably be forcing a trade if that was the case, because there's so many order blocks here on the 1 minute. So you're not really sure what's going to be valid or not. And that's why we're not here trying to force trades, because even if there was an order block down there at the bottom, iPhone, we still wouldn't have taken it because it still hasn't confirmed that it's going to be a bullish move yet. See, we're still waiting for this to confirm that it's either going to correct back to where it was originally, or if it's going to continue dropping. Obviously it's correcting back now. So that now that we have this confirmation, you know, we're not going to hop in too early. At this point, when price comes up now, that's where we can shift it for it to come up, come down, and then come back up from here, right? And that's pretty much what we'd be looking for now. Let's see. Hey, morning, Nelson. Yeah, you guys just gotta be patient, guys. That's really what it is. You guys just have to be patient. Yeah, iPhone, I know how to identify order blocks, but the thing is, we weren't trying to enter a buy in the first place, right? We were waiting for it to come back down, but there was no sell signal. So it wouldn't really matter because I can identify these order blocks even without the indicator. This is the indicator that we're trying to work on so that we can prevent it from repainting. So we're just waiting for an actual entry using the actual strategy, right? We're not trying to trade things off the fly. So let me see if we can find this right here. All right, we're just still waiting for it to come up. We have the buy. It's currently running right now. Just currently waiting for the sell. And then we will we'll take it as it comes. Yeah, that's what Nick was saying too. So Nick said it really wants to go up, but it looks like there will be an order block top within the next 5 minutes. They love to wait till the very last minute. Yeah, because even though these are old order blocks over here, there's still this is still an order block that's available right here, right at that point. So if it comes up right here, it can still reject off this point and come back down. So that's what we're pretty much just waiting for right now. And there's news right now. There's the FDA news. So there's actually heavy news going on right now. I think J&J is part of the US 30 index. So we do have breaking news right now from CNBC. They're holding a press briefing right here. So this is probably going to affect US 30. And once they start speaking, US 30 is probably going to drop even further. Because I'm pretty sure J&J is part of the, let me just look it up real quick. US 30 index. Yeah, Johnson and Johnson. Where is it? Is it on here? Yeah, Johnson and Johnson. Here we go. So Johnson and Johnson is what is carrying US 30 down right now. That's why US 30 is dropping, because Johnson and Johnson is going down heavy right now. So I mean, they're not the only one that's going down heavy. There's a lot of other companies. IBM is going down. Johnson & Johnson is going down. Goldman Sachs is going down. Everything's going down right now. All the big names are going down in US 30. So that's why we're not trying to hop into this buy yet, because the stock is going down. So that's why we're not going based off like straight technicals, right? Like even if there was an order block from the bottom, we probably wouldn't take it, because there's other things here that are affecting the US 30. That's why you guys have to analyze things from a full perspective. You don't just analyze things like one way, because if you're just going straight off technicals and you think this is going to go up, you're probably going to be mistaken, because the actual stocks here in the index are dropping. And as they have the press conference right here, this is probably going to cause it to drop even more, because of the blood clotting. And the COVID vaccine for J&J is not doing so well. So, I mean, majority of these are down, right? There's none, like more than half of these are down right here. So if someone was to buy US 30 right now, it'd be a risky move. So that's why I was saying, from like, even though we had an order block from the bottom on the shorter time frame, I wouldn't have entered it even though, because it looks like everything's here is red. So if you guys are familiar with how US 30 moves, if these are all red, then odds are it's probably going to drop. I'm kind of tempted to just enter a sell and then just let it run, but we'll see. And we'll see. I mean, there might be some sort of recovery here. I don't know what's going on with IBM, but they're really bad too. They're negative 2.4. Johnson & Johnson is negative 2%. Goldman Sachs is always negative 1.6%. And they're just continuing to drop even further. So I'm waiting for this to come up. And then as it comes up, once we get the sell, I'm probably just going to take the sell. I'm going to hold on to it for a bit. So we'll be waiting for that. What time does their press conference start? Let me see if they started already. Yeah, they did. All right, cool. So if I get a sell signal, I'll probably take it. For my own personal account, I'm probably not going to put a stop loss. I'm probably just going to hold on to it. I mean, I'm going to put a stop loss, but I'm probably not going to put a target. And I'll probably just write it down, because it looks like this is going to come down for a while today. We just need to wait for it to come up and then drop back down. We'll probably get a rejection off this area. And then once we get that sell signal, I'm going to take it. I'm going to hold on to it. So let me see this real quick. Yeah, the Dow is not looking good right now, but they're starting to swing back up. So you can see that, well, I mean, they're going back and forth. Johnson & Johnson was negative 2%. Now it's bouncing back as people are buying the dip. So we'll see where this comes up from here. Rejection off here. So as you guys can see, this is why I use the confluence for the other time frames. I use the pivot strategy over here. These are three different strategies here. This is the snipe strategy right here. So this would be the snipe strategy, or this wouldn't be an entry, but this would be used for the snipe strategy. This would be used for the pivot strategy, or Josh's 3-minute strategy. And this would be for the new strategy that we're developing right now. But yeah, I'm going to be waiting for that. All right. Here to see where this plays out. We got about 2 minutes left on this candle. If we do get a signal, I have my alerts on, so it's going to let me know if it does end up closing. All right, John's asking, is that sell signal going to be a confirmed entry? We don't know yet, John or Steven. Yeah, we don't know yet, Steven. There's no entry that's available yet, so we can't confirm whether it's going to be a confirmed entry or not. We're just waiting for the signal to appear so that we can take it, but it's not ready yet. So let me just check this real quick. All right, let me see. I'm looking at our admin chat over here. All right. All right. We're probably not going to see too much movement until they say something in that news event, but we'll be looking for it. Once it is. Okay, I think we got a. Yeah, so we have a pending sell signal right now for US 30. It's going to fall with these here. So if that becomes the case, I'll probably hop into that. Let's see. Change the candle types. All right, we have pending sell here. I'm going to have my sell ready for this over here. This is going to be a risky trade if it does appear. The reason for it risky is because we don't have confirmation yet of the new order block right here. But I think this is probably going to be an order block right here. Yeah, I could see this being an order block. It's probably going to come late on the indicator because the indicator is still it's a laggy indicator, so it doesn't show it immediately. Well, we'll see. Let me see if this closes here. If it does close, I'll probably take it on my own account. Find a risk for this 500. It's probably taking a 2.5. All right, so that candle didn't close. We have a few minutes left on this. It's probably going to come up later, or not later, but it's going to come up on these next couple candles. So we did have a pending sell for that, but it didn't close. The reason why I would want to take the sell here is because it lines up with the 3-minute over here for a pivot entry. Also, it would line up with the 10-minute over here as well. So if we get a sell signal here, odds are I'll probably take it, even though it doesn't line up with the new strategy. It's going to line up with Josh's 3-minute strategy over here. So I'll put the requirements here for these strategies just so that you guys can see. So if people have questions, this is going to be the K2 snipe strategy, US 30, 10-minute time frame. First confirm. Sorry, there's people joining the Zoom right now. Confirm wick rejection off K2 pivot. Confirm wick rejection off K2 SR zone. And then lastly, confirm wick rejection off K2 pivot does not touch candle body. For you guys who are new here, because I know there's some new people here. And then this is going to be Josh K2 US 30 3-minute scalp. Confirm valid K2 momentum signal to confirm R2A. Confirm signal breaks and closes past K2 pivots 3+4 or 2B. Confirm signal is above both pivots for a buy or below for a sell. And I'm not going to give you guys the requirements for the new one because I'm not teaching you guys that one yet. But yeah, so we're just waiting for a sell signal now. Once we get the sell signal, then we can take it and we'll write it back downwards. Yeah, Roosevelt. I just saw your message. All right, we're just waiting for this to drop. Once it drops, then we'll take that sell. We'll hop in. Yeah, so Jalon, keep in mind that NASDAQ and S&P hit all-time high. Yeah, I mean, but those stocks aren't in the they're not in the US 30. Jalon, those are totally different stock indexes. Like a lot of people like to compare that NASDAQ and S&P to the US 30, but they're not exactly the same. The US 30 has 30 stocks in it. It's a 30 stock index. The S&P has 500 stocks in it, Jalon. So even though they do match up a lot of the times, they don't always match up the same way. I mean, if you were to put them side by side, so if you were to put them side by side over here, US 30, and then here is S&P. You can see right here that they don't move exactly the same, right? They move similar, but not exactly the same. That's why you can't time together like that, right? So look at US 30, it's bearish, while S&P is bullish, right? So they don't move exactly the same. That's why you can't really tie them together. And you know, if you're trying to compare with NASDAQ, then that's completely off. Like I would never compare a US 30 to NASDAQ right here. Because I see a lot of people do that. Like when I call a trade for US 30, people try to enter it for S&P or for NASDAQ, and it doesn't line up at all, especially for NASDAQ. Like these are completely opposite because these are tech stocks and these are general stocks, but they're the bigger names. So as you can see right here, totally different. S&P, it's a little more similar, but a lot of times they're not exactly the same. So as you can see right here, so you can see S&P was like, what was this, April 11th? So right here, they're kind of similar, but then over here, we have this big drop right here for US 30 while it keeps pushing up over here for S&P. So just keep that in mind, guys. If you guys are trying to compare the two indexes, they're totally different indexes, where sometimes they do line up, but a lot of times they don't. So you can see right here. See, like this is a smooth move up for S&P. This is all choppiness right here for US 30. So if you were to take trades for both of them, you probably would have lost a lot of trades because they move completely different in some instances, especially like today, because today's a heavy news day because of the whole Johnson & Johnson thing going on. All right, so we're still looking for this here. There's no signal that's available yet. Oh, we're still currently waiting for it. All right. I think a lot of people they're holding off on trading US 30 right now. So our volatility is super low because of the press conference going on right now. I'm assuming people are waiting for them to finish talking about certain things affect the that specific Johnson & Johnson vaccine. And once that happens, people are going to start acting on it after the news is released. So they're either going to say good things or bad things about the Johnson & Johnson vaccine. If it's going to be good things that there's some little issue and they have a new vaccine out, then this is probably going to come up. Vice versa, if they don't have anything to say about the vaccine, about fixing the issue that's already at hand, then it's probably going to come down from this point here, because people are just reacting to the news and they probably haven't said anything yet to confirm, whether it's good news or bad news. So as you can see right here, it's still pushing up. So if it does push up, then our bias changes to a buy, obviously, right? Because it's pushing up right here. If this pushes up on the 10-minute above and also on the 3-minute right here, then our entry over here for this is probably going to switch. It's going to be from a sell to now buy, which is fine, because then at that point, we'll catch the retracement off here, and then we'll just catch it back up. And it's still moving up. So if you guys remember what I mentioned when the market first opened, I said that generally, I say this every morning, generally after this opening candle right here at 6:30, price will do one of two things. It'll either go back to where it was originally, or it'll keep dropping. Right here, obviously, it looks like it's trying to go back to where it was originally, but we don't have that confirmation yet that it's going to go up yet. Matesh is asking, do you trade institutional or Matesh, you've been here for a while, so you already know how we trade here. We trade off momentum. Steven, I don't know what you put right there. Sorry, Steve. I don't even know what you're talking about in the chat. Steven just put some parameters on there. He said stop loss. For F2 subtract. Sorry, Steve. I don't know what you're asking in the chat. Maybe you should ask that question in the actual Telegram, Steven. Someone can probably help you out there. Or unless you want to be a little more detailed, I'm not sure what you're referring to there. Because if you're subtracting the stop loss from the sorry, yeah. Now that I'm thinking of it, I'm not even sure what you're asking. Because I thought you were asking about. No, you wouldn't subtract 5 because price isn't off by 5, Steven. I think you still got that confused. You would subtract the price from from TradingView from MT4, and I'm pretty sure it's not 5. 33657 minus 33640. It's actually 17. So I'm not sure where you got that number 5 from. The price seems different by 17 pips, not 5. Hey, Kay, how's it going? Yeah, if someone wants to help Steven with that, I'm not sure. Steven, you're supposed to subtract the TradingView price from the MT4 price. I'm still trying to figure out where you got the number 5 from. I think you probably got it mixed up. You're probably because if you subtract the sell by the buy price, that's going to be the spread. So that's why it has a number here for the spread. But that shouldn't really matter to you if you're trying to figure out what the numbers are. Nice, Kay. Yeah, we're chilling too. We're just waiting for this entry to come up over here, but it hasn't come up yet. So we were looking for it to, there we go. So we got an order block right here for a buy. So with this order block over here for this buy, now we want a sell to come down, and then we will take the buy as it swings back up. All right, so it's playing out like we were thinking earlier. It looks like it's completing its move back to where price originally was, because price was originally up here before market open. This was the opening candle. Here we go. Price is coming up to this point, and then from this point over here, price will either continue up further or it'll drop from that point. So this is going to be a little bit risky right here because I'm not following the news for J&J. I'm not sure what they're saying during the press conference right now. But if they're saying something good, which I'm sure they are, yeah, right here. So they said right now these adverse events seem to be extremely rare. So it's going to be positive news for J&J. So if we look at the stock index for J&J, or let me see, US 30 index. Yeah, so you can see right here that it's starting to push back up. Or no, it's not. It's still pretty low. It's still pretty low, but the other ones are starting to anchor it. So Verizon's picking it back up. Honeywell, Amgen, Cisco, Merrick, Chevron, Microsoft, Apple, and Salesforce. So IBM and J&J are still low right now. They're still below 2%, but the others are now starting to push it up. So we'll see how this ends up pushing it as we continue. All right. So here it is coming back down right here, or not coming back down, but it's starting to move back and forth around that area. Yeah, right here it's starting to swing above. So as it swings above the pivots over here, it might start shifting from a downtrend to an uptrend. So this might be the case here because what happened was price dipped right here And then now people are buying the dip at this area, right? Because price was at the support. So price dipped down to here. People bought the dip right here. And then odds are it's probably going to swing above and it's going to continue pushing up even higher. We do have the order block right here now. So we're just waiting for that buy signal to confirm the push up, because it's probably going to retrace slightly. And then as we catch the buy, we'll be ready to catch that buy in that direction. But we're going to be waiting for it. It's not ready yet. Amir is asking, can you show how you draw your zones? Yeah, sure. So let me just copy this real quick. So I draw my zones by using the K²SR indicator. So here's the, take that off. So here's a naked chart. I turn the K²SR indicator right there. And you see how it has the zones down here? This is how I draw my zones. I just draw my zone over that right there, that right there, and that right there. Turn that off. And there you go. You have perfect zones right here, right? You have market structure drawn up already. So you can see price comes up, consolidates, drops down, consolidation, comes up, consolidation, comes back down here. And this is where the support was established. So that's how you would draw it. Well, that's how I would draw it. I don't know how you draw it, but that's how I would draw it. All right, still looking for this right here. Looks like we're getting a nice rejection off this right here. I'll probably just swing up from that point. Yeah, so this is kind of tricky right here. The reason why it's tricky, guys, is because there's bad news for the Dow 30 today, but either people are buying the dip or Johnson & Johnson's releasing positive news for their vaccine. Let me just refresh this. Yeah, no new updates yet from it. We're still waiting for this to play out from here. All right, here's a retracement right here. This would be cool. So we're waiting for this. Like I mentioned, we're still waiting for this. There we go. Perfect. We have a pending sell signal right here. So from this point right here, I want this to close with the pending with the sell, and then as we get the buy, that's where I'm going to take the buy. So I'm waiting for that retracement down here with that sell, and then as it swings back up, that's where I'm going to take that buy. There we go. We got 2 minutes left on this candle. All right. Just going to draw this right here. This is going to be considered the order block from this point. All right, cool. So that's perfect. I just need that to close. So we're going to have that close right there. As soon as it closes, we'll be looking for the buy, or I don't know, we'll see. We might be looking for the sell. We'll see how this ends up playing out from here. Because this might be coming back down, guys. Like I was mentioning before, we don't have a direction set yet for this. This can still come down. At this point right here, if this ends up closing, then I'm going to take the sell. We got about 1:30 left on this candle. If this closes right here for the sell, then I'm going to take the sell right here. Perfect. Yeah, so it's perfect. It's rejecting off the pivot right here, like I was mentioning. So this is gonna fall for Josh's 3-minute strategy right here. Depending on which strategy you guys want to apply, they're pretty much the same entry. Oh, this is perfect. Okay, so if this closes right here, I'm going to take it. So you can take it for Josh, and or you can take it for the new entry over here as well. All right, we got 1 minute left on this candle. All right, we got 40 seconds left. We got 30 seconds left. So once we got this set up, I will give you guys the parameters, and then we'll see what's good from here. Man, it disappeared. Some choppiness right here. All right, we got 10 seconds left. We got 8 seconds left, 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. No entry yet, guys. So I'm gonna be waiting for it right here. Still no entry. We're gonna wait for that retracement up a little bit. All right, we got another 3 minutes to wait. We want that full confirmation before we enter the trade because we don't want it to come in and retrace up a little bit before we hop into it. Because it can still retrace up. Like I mentioned, there's no confirmation here yet until this candle closes. Once it closes, then we'll take it. That's why all of these are so accurate, because we wait for the actual confirmation. We don't enter right away. Yeah, we got about 2 minutes left on this candle. Oh man, I was hoping that was going to close so we can hop into it. We still got a few minutes left. 2 minutes left on this candle. Just want to make sure that it closes. Once it closes, then we can hop into this trade. Ivan said you didn't try the settings, did you? I tried it yesterday, but it's still it wasn't accurate, right? I know how to identify order blocks already, Ivan. So I know that this is going to be an order block here because I can see how these candles placed out. That's how I could confirm that it's going to be a valid one. So this right here is going to be an invalid signal, but what we might do is we might just put a pending sell stop right here. So if you guys are familiar with Josh's new strategy here, or this new strategy that we've been applying, me and Josh have been taking invalid signals as well, and it's been working. So even if this closes as an invalid signal, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a sell stop right here, and then I'm going to catch it as it comes down. So we got about a minute left on this candle. See, that's why we didn't enter right away, because if you guys enter this right away, like I was mentioning, and you didn't wait for that closure, then you would have been in some massive drawdown right now, right? Well, not massive, but you would have been in some heavy drawdown, depending on your lot size. So this is why being patient is important. All right, we have 20 seconds left on this. Yeah, so no signal there at all. All right. We have the rejection off that. All right, cool. So this is why we don't enter right away, guys. We wait for that confirmation, because if you entered this right away, you would have went straight into drawdown, right? You need to wait for that confirmation and confirm that price is actually coming down. So we're just waiting for that to come back down actually. So if this happens right here, so say if this candle right here closes below as a red candle, this is going to be an entry for the 10-minute right here. So on top of it being an entry for the 10-minute, it's also going to be an entry for the 3-minute and for the new strategy over here as well. So we will we'll see how this plays off. Let's see. Jalon said when those other stocks lose steam, it should dump. You know, I'm saying the same thing, Jalon, because the thing is, the other ones aren't really holding up that strong. Just trying to see if there's any other updates here. Yeah, because there's only a couple of stocks that are holding US 30 up right now. Like more than half their stocks are red. So there we go. We got that sell signal. Like I mentioned right here, guys. So if this closes right here below, then this is going to be a perfect sell. So that's all we're waiting for right now, guys. We got about a minute left on this candle. So this right there. This right there. So this is going to be a triple confirmation. There's a confirmation for the 10-minute, confirmation for Josh's 3-minute strategy right here, and then a confirmation for our new 3-minute scalp over here as well. So we just got to wait for that candle to close. We got about a minute left on this candle, minute 20. And then we will see if we enter this. All right, we still got a minute left. We just need that confirmation. The thing is, if it closes here on this 10-minute, I might just enter it right now. And then just follow with a 3-minute. Oh, this still has 5 minutes left on this candle anyways. So even if this doesn't close here for this 3-minute, we still have another 4 minutes on this 10-minute for it to close below here. For this to close as a valid sell entry. So if you guys see here, we confirm the wick rejection off the K2 pivot right there. We confirm the wick rejection off the K2 SR zone right here. And then lastly, we confirm the wick rejection off the pivot doesn't touch the candle body, right? Because the pivots are above here and the candle is down here. So with that said, if this ends up closing below here, this is going to be a valid sell entry using the K2 snipe strategy. On top of that, if we get a sell signal here, this is going to qualify to be an entry for Josh's 3-minute strategy as well. So we got about 8 seconds left on this candle. I'm going to enter it right away. If it closes, 4, 3, 2, 1, and I'm in the trade, guys. So I'm currently in this trade right now. If you guys want to take it, this is an official entry. Here are the parameters right there for Josh's 3-minute. And here is the entry for the new scalp strategy as well. So let me just get my parameters in here real quick. All right, we got that running right now. There's the parameters right there. See what the price difference is real quick. Let's see, 33,627 minus 33,613. It's about 15 pips. So I'm gonna have to make some small adjustments over here. So 33596 minus 15. That's going to be my TP for FTMO, and 33671 minus 15. That's going to be my stop loss for FTMO. So let me just set this up for mine real quick. Let's see. 33656, 581. All right. Looks like we're good. Setting my parameters here, my alerts, so that we can follow it. All right, cool. Currently in profit. All right, so there are the parameters there for the scalp, and these are the FTMO parameters. So here's the parameters here for the normal parameters, and then here's the parameters for FTMO. So the TP is going to be 33,581. Stop loss is going to be 33,656. Currently in profit, a couple $100. Currently in profit about $400 now. I'll be back, guys. I'm gonna grab a jacket. I'm cold. All right, there we go. I'm gonna profit $700 now. Let's go. Check this 10-minute real quick. All right, cool. It's another entry right here. I might enter. Another one right there. All right, here's another entry here for the 10-minute. You guys want to take that? I'm currently in that position too. I'm currently in profit about 1,000 right now, so I'm doing pretty good. Get the parameters for this one. See, 33,558 minus 33,558 minus 15. 33,658 minus 15. I'm profit about 1,200 right now. Doing pretty good. I thought my other one closed out in profit already. Almost. It was like right there. It was like literally right at it. Yeah. Yeah. And so I just saw you guys' message. Let's see. Actually, I think the mics are still open here. Let me see. On the everybody here. There we go. All right. So now that we're in this position, I can probably answer some questions now. So let me just go down the chat, and then I'm gonna see if there's any questions real quick. Let's see. Eric said Bitcoin has a good buy signal. Let's take a look at Bitcoin real quick. See, I'm glad I didn't call this trade. I was gonna call these Forex trades for you guys, but the Forex market is just not that good right now, guys. That's why I've been very careful with taking these Forex trades. Like right here too for Euro CAD, I was gonna call this buy, but you can see it just reversed super heavily right now. This is why I'm very careful with these Forex trades, because they're just really, really risky right now. So let me see, NZD CAD, yeah, they all like ended up reversing. Let me just take these off. This one didn't even close below. We'll see. All right. So yeah, let me look at Bitcoin real quick. Let's see. I think this was what Eric mentioned earlier. So I got that pulled up right here. I'm going to just delete this off right here. So for you guys who trade cryptos, I don't actively trade cryptos. What I do is I just buy the dips, because I buy and hold Bitcoin. I don't necessarily actively trade it. But like looking at this here, I'll just draw my market structure right here. And I'll just show you guys how I personally trade Bitcoin, because I don't actively trade it. I know the spread's like super wide for Bitcoin, so it's kind of hard to scalp it unless you're taking like, extreme lot sizes, which, is never really recommended unless it's within your risk. But yeah, So yeah, Raymond, or who mentioned this? Yeah, Eric actually mentioned this. He said that he said there was a good buy signal here. And let me turn on the momentum signals over here. Yeah, so strong buy signal right there. You can see a strong buy movement. Is it at an all-time high? Oh, damn, it's at an all-time high. Let me see where my Bitcoin's at right now. Where's my phone at? Yeah, my Bitcoin. So we got a signal right there for that. That's fine. I'm gonna leave it alone. Let me check where my Bitcoin's at. Damn, Bitcoin came up a lot. Oh, nice. So I'm at like, if you guys followed my Bitcoin from like last week, it was like at about 1,000. It's now like 1,800. I haven't bought any for a while, but it is shooting up, so it's doing pretty good so far for the most part. See this real quick. But yeah, like I was mentioning before, guys, when I trade Bitcoin, I just wait for it to dip. So whenever it dips, that's when I buy more. Like, so for example, over here, price goes up, comes back down. This is where I buy some more. Price comes up, comes back down. I just buy some more when it dips down to like one of the lower zones. And as it comes up, comes back down, I buy a little more. And basically, when I do that, again, right here, see price comes up, comes down, it averages out. So I would buy some down here, I'd buy some down here. My average price would probably be somewhere down the middle. And then as it continues, I just buy some more, right? Buy some more Bitcoin right there. And then it just averages out to here. So this is pretty much like where I would have technically where it would count as me buying my Bitcoin. And then all of this up here would be profit, right? So that's pretty much how I trade Bitcoin. If you guys are curious, because a lot of people ask me if I trade cryptos. I don't necessarily trade cryptos actively. I just buy and hold them for long term. And then if they drop too much, like say if they drop like way too far, then I'll sell off and then I'll just buy some more when they go even lower. But that's pretty much how I personally trade it. I don't really trade it actively, like not every day. I just buy it whenever it dips kind of low. So other than that, let me see if there's anything else for me to look at. I think you also mentioned UJ, right? Eric, let's see. John said buy Dogecoin. They just 8 cents. Yeah, and I don't really mess with any of those smaller coins. I know Dogecoin, obviously they had all that hype, but I don't know how long that hype's gonna last for. So it's not something that I necessarily want to hold on to long term. I only really the only crypto that I really trade is Bitcoin and XRP sometimes. The only reason I took XRP is because Aaron used to hype up about it like all the time. See, Eric also mentioned for UJ. So let me pull up UJ for you guys real quick. And the only reason I'm going to these pairs right now, guys, because I'm not trying to focus on US 30, right? I know we have the US 30 running, but I'm just going to let it breathe and do what it's supposed to do. So anyways, going back to, what was I looking at? UJ right here. I'll show you guys how I analyze the charts from scratch. So I delete everything off the charts here. I zoom out. First thing I'm going to do is identify market structure. To do that, I turn on the K2SR indicator right here. And from this point, I go ahead and draw my zones on the chart so we can identify overall market structure and current market structure. So the market structure down here is kind of relevant because price is so high above. So I'm just going to go ahead and just draw bigger zones right here. And then again, right here as well. Again, right there. 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 And right there. All right, so once I draw market structure like this, the next thing I do is I take that off. And then I just try to figure out where current market structure is, right? So you can see obviously right here, this is previous market structure. You can see that price pretty much broke into this structure over here, consolidated a bit, shot up above here, consolidated a little bit, shot up above here, bullish move. And you can just chop this up too. If you really wanted to, you can chop it up right here to see, where market structure actually adjusted, right? So like, for example, right here, from January 7th up until say January 28th, this was current market structure for this area right here. And then vice versa, price breaks above this area. You can see that this is market structure for this area right here, because price breaks above. And if you just delete this right here, you can see that this is market structure from that point. And then as you continue on, you know, this is how you create the storyline to see how price was moving from market structure to market structure. There's a bullish move here, consolidation, new market structure right here. And then you can see the different phases that each, like when it goes through different phases throughout the months. Like right here, January, it was consolidating. February went into a big range. And then right here, it was bullish from like February 25 until like early March. And then from like March 5th over till March 25th, it was just in consolidation again, right? So like looking at current price right now, you can see that this is previous market structure right here. And then as soon as price broke into this area right here, this would be current market structure. So this is what's important now. So looking at UJ right here, this is why we would just focus on this area here, because this is irrelevant, right? What's important is going to be this area right here. We can even delete this right here, turn on the momentum indicator, and we have a bullish bias right here, right? We have a bullish bias, but it looks like it's swinging back down to a sell bias. So with that said right here, what we'd be looking for is for price either breaking close below here or for price to breaking close above here. Because once price breaks and closes either above or below here, this is going to be considered new market structure, right? Because this is the current market structure where price is just ranging sideways. But as soon as price either breaks above here and closes or breaks below here and closes, that's where you can take this entry, right? So if price breaks above here, you can take this buy right here and then write it to the next structure above here. Basically what happened right here. This is previous market structure. When price broke and closed above here, if you were to take a buy right there, you would hit your full TP, right? Straight to full TP. Right there. Boom. And then same situation over here. If price was to break and close below here, you can take the sell and then you can write this down to full TP down there, right? For 40 pips. So looking at this here, I personally wouldn't really trade UJ yet until it breaks and closes above this, like above or below this area, because once you have that confirmation, you can take the trade. Like for example here, right? When price broke into this market structure below here, or when it break, or I guess you can just mark it up right here. So it did retrace a little bit right here, or I guess that wouldn't be a clean break. I think this would be the clean break right here, or even this over here. So if you would wait until price broke and closed below the structure, from that point, you could take the sell and then you would just write it to the next structure below here, right? For about 30 pips full TP. So as you can see right here, it goes both ways. If it closes above, you can take the buy. If it closes below, you can take the sell. But either way, that's pretty much what we would be anticipating for something like this. So other than that, that's pretty much my analysis for UJ right there. Since we're still watching US 30, let's see, it's currently in profit. It's on its way to full TP right here for our US 30 scalp. If you guys have any other questions, this is probably the time to ask me, because once you wrap up this scalp over here, we're going to be looking for another one. So I won't be able to answer any other questions from that point. But yeah, okay. So back to here real quick. Let me see if there's anything else that anyone asked about. Let's see. Yeah, Louis asking about XRP. I used to trade XRP before too, but I haven't really traded it very much lately. But I can pull it up for you right now. Let's see. XRP. Yeah, huge jump right there as well. So if I delete this, and if I do the same thing I did for everything else, you can see that XRP didn't really move very much for a while until it shot back up. The reason for the drop here was, when they were being investigated by the SEC, and then once stuff started to kind of taper down a little bit, that's where it ended up. Nice. Nick said he got out of the trade with 260 profit. Nice, bro. Yeah, profit's profit, dude. And US 30 right now is just moving really, it's moving weird, right? Usually it would just go straight to TP, but right here it's bouncing around, consolidating, going from side to side. It's just it's because of the stuff that's going on in the news right now with J&J. I'm not sure if J&J is still talking right now. And that's why I'm not really bothering to look at it, because I'm just going to let it do what it's supposed to do. I'm just trying to see if there's any new news that's really affecting the market right now. So let's see. I don't really see much aside from the whole J&J thing. Are they still talking? Let's see. I can't tell if they're still talking or not. Oh, I think they are still talking. So they're still talking right now. That's why price just keeps bouncing back and forth, because they're either saying things that are good or they're saying things that are bad about J&J. And that's probably what's going to be anchoring. Let me just check the US 30 index, CNBC. All right. So yeah, a lot of them are still negative. They're actually dropping even farther. IBM just went to negative 2.7. Johnson & Johnson went down to negative 2.6. Nike's negative 1.2. Amex is negative 1.2 as well. And JP Morgan is negative 1. So everything is still not looking good for the Dow, which is good for us because we're in a sell for the Dow 30. So we want all these to be red anyways. So as long as these keep dropping and these like fail to hold up, then it's gonna be perfect for us, because that's, you know, it's basically what we want here for our trades to hit TP. So yeah, I mean, we'll keep checking on it, but you know, there's no point in us really eyeballing you know, US 30 all morning. We should probably just focus on other things so that you guys don't get all nervous following it. Which you guys shouldn't get nervous, right? If you guys are nervous about your trades, then you guys should pull out, like how Nick did over here. Nick pulled out of that US 30 already for profit. He locked in 260, which is perfectly fine. You know, profit is profit. And if you guys don't feel comfortable about a trade, it's better for you to exit in profit than just be worried and sweating the entire time, right? Because that's what happens with a lot of people. They get too nervous and they can't handle the risk. Like for me, it's whatever. You know, we had, like, what did we make yesterday? I think what was my profit yesterday for US 30? If you guys sat in on my live session yesterday, we all locked in a lot of profit yesterday. Let's see, Ray over here locked in about, let's see, 10, 20, 30, about 30 euros this morning. So he traded gold, he traded GA, he traded GC, GCAD, all that stuff right there. But yeah, like I was mentioning earlier, guys, like yesterday, I locked in a lot of profit with US 30. I think I locked in a total of, I posted over here. So everyone locked in a lot of profit yesterday. So we can handle the risk. Like if today is a bad day, then it's just a bad day. You know, it's nothing that we could really control. That's just how the market is, especially today because there's a lot of news. But looking at everyone's profits here from yesterday, CSUK locked in a couple thousand yesterday. Oh, this is from today, actually. So this is yesterday. So this is me. I locked in 9,269 yesterday off just US 30, right? So today's fine. If today ends up being a bad day, that's completely fine because we're going to bounce back from it. And this is only like 1 or 2 trades. You know, same with CT over here. He locked in 1,700. So like good days and bad days are you know, they come and go. So it doesn't matter if you're having a bad day today, as long as you're using proper risk and you don't blow your account, which shouldn't be an issue with you here. It'll be perfectly fine. And that's why I don't really watch my trades. Once I take the trade, I just let it run and do what it's supposed to do. And this is pretty much, you know, everyone's profits from yesterday. Trell over here locked in 4,000, trading US 30 with me yesterday. Jalan over here locked in 3,707. So as you guys can see here that, you know, as long as you guys are consistent and use proper risk, you guys should never be worried about your trades, because most of our days here are good. I don't think we've really had a bad day in a long time. Jalan over here, 3,200. Mercedes over here, 2,428. So this is what I mean. If you guys have been part of K2 for a while, most of our days are good, but you know, not every day is going to be perfect. So as long as you guys use proper risk and don't risk too much, then you should be perfectly fine. Nice. Stanley over here took that sell that I just mentioned. So Stanley locked in 916. So if you guys pulled out early, that's completely fine, guys. There's no problem with you guys pulling out early, right? If you guys don't feel comfortable about the position, just pull out. So like right here, Stanley locked in 65. And then for his other one over here, 916 for his 2 accounts, I'm assuming. So nice work, Stanley. Nick over here, or no, sorry, I thought Nick was posting something. Jalan over here locked in 1,574. Damn, so he took the sells here too. So if you guys took the sells that I gave you guys and you guys pulled out already, that's completely fine. Just like I mentioned, right? If you guys feel comfortable with it, then you guys are good. All right, cool, cool. All right, looks solid, guys. So everyone's profits look pretty good so far for whoever took those sells that I gave you. If you guys are still holding on to it, it's fine. I'm holding on to mine too. I usually hold to full TP or full stop loss. I don't really mind if they hit stop loss. It's fine because we made a lot of profit yesterday. But that's just in my perspective from like closing trades too early, right? Because there's been a lot of times where I close trades too early, and I don't mind eating losses because if we do have losses here and there, we're going to bounce back on the next trade anyway. So it's not really a big deal to me. I'm over here trying to look at XRP for you guys, but after this big move, it looks like we have to go on the shorter time frame. So let's go on the 30 maybe. All right, yeah, this is a little easier to see for XRP because it's moved way too high up from where price currently was on the higher time frames. So let's see if we can pull this down right here. This right here. He's down here as well. All right, cool. All right, so this looks good right here. See what else we're looking at over here. All right, so looking at XRP over here, if I turn this off, turn on the momentum indicator. Yeah, same strategy works here. As you guys can see, we identified market structure. So you can see from this point, it's the same thing that I did for like UJ and for the other pairs. You can basically just chop things up to see how market structure move from time to time. Like for example, right here, this would be a time of consolidation. But the thing with cryptos is that it's a speculative asset, right? So it doesn't really follow technicals as well as other pairs like, FOREX pairs or even like the Dow 30 and stuff like that. So looking at this point here, if you were to draw these up, you can see these different phases that XRP went through. It went through consolidation from April 8th up until April 9th. And then on the 10th, it was bullish. It was just consolidating from April 10th up until April 12th. And now currently it's in a bullish move right now as we speak. So that's pretty much how I see XRP right now. But I don't really, I mean, it's probably going to keep pushing up. XRP is the same with like Bitcoin. It's something that I would buy and hold long term. It's not something that I would actively trade. Sorry. So I looked at that. See, RNDM said LGVN. I'm assuming that's a stock, right? LVGN. LGVN. Long Evron. Oh, I don't even know what this is, but it's like moving all over the place. Let me see if I could. What is it? Oh, it's a penny stock. That's why it looks like that. I think I have the zones on here too. Yeah. So you guys can see, like, it doesn't matter if you're trading like FOREX, if you're trading indices or whatever, you can still identify these zones right here. So depending on how you guys trade this specifically, LGVN, I don't really trade stocks anymore. I stopped trading stocks like probably over like 8 years now. So I haven't traded stocks in a long time. But yeah, looking at this here, you can see that if you drew that on the 1 minute, you can see that price is just consolidating around this area. Key point for it to see if it's to identify whether it's pushing back up or not, you can wait for it to close above here, which would be about at about $7.70. Or I mean, if you're trying to trade this like as a long-term hold, this would probably be a good time to buy right here, because you're basically buying the dip at this area. Or I don't know. I don't know anything about the stock. I don't really mess with stocks because this was the main issue. I didn't like trading stocks. I was just looking for the actual stock. I like to just trade one thing and just master it. That's why I mainly focus on US 30. But yeah, bro, I don't know what else to look at for LGVN. So I'll go over to gold right now for let's see, who else is over here? Sorry, someone messed. Oh yeah, Roosevelt. So Roosevelt wants me to take a look at gold. So I'll pull up gold for you guys real quick. And this market is so slow today, or not today, but this whole week. Delete this right here. Turn that off. Man, I thought it was like cold in here. Now it's like super hot. Jacket off. All right, so back at gold right here. So I'll analyze gold pretty much how I analyzed everything else. I'll zoom out from this point. Here's a naked chart. First thing I'm going to do is identify market structure. I'll do that by turning on the K2SR indicator right here. And from that point, I will draw my zones on the chart for you guys. So we got a zone right there. We got a zone right there. Got a zone right there. Got a zone down here. Right there. And right there. All right, cool. So with that said, I'm gonna turn this off. And like I mentioned before, we identify market structure, right? So we can start from up here. Like basically price broke into this area around this price point right here. So from here up until, let's see, here. So between this area right here from February 16 up until February 25, this would be, consolidation between that time, right? And then from this point, price broke below. And then from here, price just consolidated pretty heavily through here. So just looking at this on this side, this is pretty much how it is pretty much, I mean, you can probably chop it up even more. Like for example, here, it had a bearish move, came back up. From this point, it consolidated this way. So just strong consolidation, price came down, came back up. And then from here, you could probably chop this up as well. So current market structure for gold would be this area right here. And then once we know what to focus on, once we start to focus on just this area over here, let me zoom out a little bit. Yeah, once we just focus in this area, we can turn on the momentum indicator to identify our bias. So looking at this right here, we can see that we have a sell bias right here because our most recent signal was a sell signal. So from this point, we're probably only going to be looking for sells until like price confirms differently. And I'll show you different confirmations that I use for gold as well to identify how things are going to move. So if you guys followed my analysis for gold yesterday, if you guys want to rewind it, watch my my live session from Sunday and also watch it from Monday. Price was below here and I figured that price was going to go up. The reason for that is because we use different confluences like the dollar index. So just looking at this right here, we can see that price pretty much shot up from here, but we have a sell bias, right? So price shot from here, now it's rejecting from this zone right here. So with that said, what I probably see happening is price is probably gonna bounce down from this point over here. One thing to confirm this, this specific move is that we can look at the dollar index over here, which is the DXY. And the DXY generally moves opposite of gold. So basically right here, if you're looking at the DXY and identifying how it's moving over here, so basically the DXY is going down from this point, right? So if the DXY is going down, that means that gold is going to go up. So that's why it's pushed up from this point over here, right? Because DXY is going down, gold's going up. If price is going up, that means that the first currency right here is stronger than the second currency. And then vice versa, if price is going down, that indicates that the second currency is stronger than the first currency, right? So that's pretty much how you could identify, or you could use, confluences and other confirmations to identify where current pairs are moving. So just looking at this right here, price is currently going up because the dollar index is weak. If this starts to swing back up, then from that point, you can identify gold is heading back down. But currently right now, it's not really going in that direction, right? It's currently going down. So with that said, we would probably just wait for it to confirm. And even if this was a case here for gold, you guys know how I trade. I usually like to wait for that confirmation. So in order for me to take this right here, I would need this to close below this structure right here. So that once it closes below here, then I would take that sell entry down here to write that to full TP. Basically what happened over here. So if I delete this right here, you can see the same pattern right here where we had a sell signal. Once price broke below the structure right here, if you were to take that sell right there, that would have been full TP right there, right? And then vice versa, if price ends up closing above here, you could take the opposite direction. So like, for example, here we had a buy signal. It broke and closed past the structure. If you were to take that for a buy, that's where I would take this trade over here. Yeah, it looks like our scalp hit stop loss, unfortunately. It's all good. It's just one loss right there. But most of you guys closed out early. So that's good if you guys close out early. Yeah, it looks like a lot of you guys already closed out. Fortunately, I held on, so it's all good. Yeah, so Cheryl over here took this over here as well. She locked in some pretty nice profit for the day. I held on to it, so my stop loss hit for that first scalp. I'm still holding on to the 10-minute though, so I'm still currently running off that. But looking at this right here, Cheryl did take the sell scalps right here. She made some pretty good profit, nearly 1,000. Dennis over here too. Dennis took a couple trades, he made 30 bucks off that. Let's see, anyone else over here? Dennis took some EG trades over here. Nice. Yeah, it's all good. I took an L off the off that, but it looks like it's coming back down. The market's just all over the place today, guys, because of the news this morning. So there's not really much that we could have did to like prevent it from dropping like that. It's weird here because the Dow 30 is pushing up, but look at all the stocks here. They're all going down, right? Like literally all the stocks here are going down, but it's still pushing up. So we'll see how this other one plays out. I'm still in the other position, so it's all good. We just took a small loss off the other one, and then the other scalp is still currently open right now, which I mean is weird. Like I'm just looking at this here, and they're like super down. Like Johnson & Johnson is just getting worse and worse, right? It went from 2%, now it's almost 3% negative. Same with IBM. IBM was like 2%, now it's getting close to like 3% negative. But for some reason, US 30 just keeps pushing up. So I still have my scalp running right now right here, which is fine. Oh, this is the, wait, what's this one over here? Oh, no, that one's still running. Oh, no, wait, 3 minutes still. Sorry, guys, I'm confused with which one's running. Oh, this one's running. Okay, so the other one's closed out. The 10-minute scalp hit stop loss right here, but the 3 minutes still running right now. So we'll see how this plays out. Price is just moving. It's just moving weird today. Yeah, that's all right. I took a smaller lot size for the 10-minute anyway, so this one's okay. This one's still running right here, but we'll see how it plays out. I just don't understand why it's pushing up so high. Like if you guys look here, all the indexes are low, right? More than half of them are low, but it's still pushing up as we speak. So it's all good. Well, I just don't get it. Like Cisco here is negative too. These were positive earlier. Cisco was positive, now it's negative. Merrick was positive, now it's negative as well. Johnson & Johnson just keeps getting worse and worse. IBM's getting worse as well too. Nike too. The Dow, Procter & Gamble. You know, it's Boeing. Boeing is pushing it up. Boeing and Apple. I'm pretty sure it's not earnings season. Yeah, I mean, it's all good. I still have one running right now, so we'll see how that plays out. And then we'll see that. That'll probably I think the if this one wins, it's just going to cover my loss anyway, so it's not a big deal. It's going to cover my other one, so I have them both running. But yeah, we'll just keep analyzing everything else, and we'll just see how it goes. But yeah, hopefully this comes dropping down from this point right here. Yeah, back to gold. So I was talking about gold earlier, guys. Same thing that I was mentioning earlier. I would wait for it to close below here to take this entry because you want to wait for that confirmation. And just looking at the dollar index over here, the dollar index it's kind of iffy. It did drop right here. The dollar index did drop, but now it's slightly pushing up. So if the dollar index pushes up higher, then gold's going to drop from this point here. But until then, it's probably going to keep pushing up. So that's pretty much it for gold right there. Man, I'm still confused. Why did it spike up like that? Yeah, I don't know if there's news right now. Let's see. yeah, I don't see any other news right now pushing price up. It's just weird because all of the stocks in the index are not going, they're not really moving very well. Well, it's whatever. It's coming back down as we speak. It was just a random spike up, like a sudden spike. I don't know if they said something there during their or they're not even live anymore. Well, I do see this right here. Boeing sales up again, outpaced cancellations. Yeah. That's all good. Whatever. Like I mentioned, that's just one loss. We've had like a great week so far. So we're pretty much just balancing out from yesterday's wins, yesterday and Sunday's wins, because yesterday and Sunday were pretty hot for us. So right now, we're just waiting to see what happens from this point. Peter said, Shawn, put a sell order of 100 lots to make it go down. Let me scroll up real quick. Stanley, I know that there's an order block there, but we're in a sell right now, so we're not looking for a buy, Stanley. Stanley, look, Stanley, I'm producing profits for everybody every day, so I'm pretty sure that I know what I'm doing here, Stanley, right? Like, you could get it right one time, but I get it right like 100 times, bro. So I'm not going to go against what I think just because you think it's going to be a buy this one time, right? Just this one time you think it's going to be a buy and it works, that's fine. But I'm right majority of the time. So I'm not going to go change my analysis just because you think it's going to be a buy, Stanley. There could be buy order blocks and it doesn't mean that it's going to be a buy. Just because there's a buy order block and there's a buy entry there, it doesn't mean it's going to keep going up, right? Today's a heavy news day. There's stuff going on in the news. So, I mean, I've been doing this longer than you, Stanley, and I've been way more successful at doing this. So I think just because just because you see that there's a buy order block there, doesn't mean it's going to keep going up, bro. So I'm just trying to explain to you, because we've had this talk, Stanley. I know that you've been trying to get consistent with trading, and you can get lucky one time. Like, people can get lucky here and there, right? But I'm not going to go against my analysis just because you think it's going to be a buy, Stanley. And I'm just being real with you, bro, because we've talked about this before. And I know you try to be right a lot of times, but it's all good, dude. Like, if you think there was a buy there and it went up, then that's fine. Like I mentioned, we had so many wins for this whole week so far, bro. Like, see all these wins here. So like, what's today? April. Today's today, right? If I scroll up over here, what was Sunday? Sunday was April 9th, right? Or I don't know what day was it. See all these profits here, Stanley? This is stuff that I produced, bro. I did this, right? So if I think price is going to go down, I'm going to stick with it going down. I'm not going to go up just because one thing looks like it's going to go up, right? I could go profits for days here. And I did this, right? So I'm just showing you, bro, like, if you think it's going to go up, but I have an analysis for a sell, and why I'm going to keep going for the sell here. Because order blocks appear and disappear. Stan, I don't think you understand that. They repaint. Like, they're not always going to be there. So it's not guaranteed that it's going to keep pushing up or pushing down, bro. So I'm just trying to explain to you, Stan, because I don't think you really get it, bro, like how these order blocks work. Like, you figured out how the order blocks? No, we don't do that, bro. So Stanley said, so if there's an opposite order block after a signal, we take the trade. Do we ignore it, or we close the current trade and take a new one? We ignore it, bro, because if our analysis says for a sell, this is why you're not consistent with your trade, Stanley, because every time you see something change, you go from a buy to sell right away. You never trust your position. Like, when you analyze something, you have to like follow your analysis. Just because you see a temporary buy there doesn't mean it's going to keep pushing up. You have to actually, like, if you analyze it for a sell, like me, I've analyzed this for a sell, right? So I'm sticking to my sell. I'm not going to switch to a buy just because you see something pushing it up. And I think that's something that you got to work with, Stanley. Like, I'm not trying to like put you down, but bro, like, you haven't been successful at this for a long time, bro. And I've been doing this for a long time. And I think that's the main issue. Like, we've talked about it. You don't pick one side. Like, when you see something go one way, you switch up. And then, like we talked about yesterday, that's why you can't be consistent with your trades, because what happens is you take the buy and then you see a sell, so you hop out of that trade, right? And then you end up taking the opposite position. You end up losing that, and you're like, damn, if I just held on to my original position, that would have hit TP, right? So what I'm just trying to tell you is that you have to come up with your own analysis and you have to stick to it. Thing is, if you see a temporary move in a different direction, like if you see a spike up, that doesn't mean it's going to guarantee that's going to keep going in that direction, right? So let me just show you. I'll show you like for an example here, like this right here, right? So if we were to take a sell right here, because this is a sell entry over here, like check this out. I'm just going to explain to you what I'm trying to tell you, Stanley, because look, if you were to take something like, I'm just trying to find something where it looks like it kind of retraces up a little bit. Because there's times where trades will go opposite ways. So like, let me just go back to the order block strategy over here, right? So, or it's not going to show up that well on here because we got to do it real time. So like looking at this right here, right? So I'm going to show you exactly what my thought process and how your thought process works. Like for example, right here, Stanley, this is a sell right here, right? So this is a sell, and I'm going to show you this is exactly what your thought process is, because this is how like you're seeing things right now. So like check this out. We're here for a sell, right? And then this is what you're saying. You're saying, oh, there's a buy signal here, so we got to switch to a buy, right? You're like, oh, there's a buy signal here, and it's going the opposite direction. So you're like, Shawn, you got to switch to a buy, bro. There's a buy here. And I'm like, nah, bro, I already identified a sell, so I'm not going to switch to a buy. But you keep telling me like, hey, you should switch to a buy. See, if you were to take this buy over here, and I stuck to my sell, look what happened. You hit your stop loss, and I hit my TP. That's why you got to stick to your analysis. If you see things one way, then you got to stick to it. You can't just keep going back and forth between, both of the strategies right there. And the thing is, this is my strategy. So like, Stanley, you're trying to teach me my strategy, bro. This is my strategy. So like, you're trying to tell me that what I'm doing, it doesn't work, but this is my strategy here. So I'm trying to explain to you that you have to stick to like what you already analyzed before, because the thing is, if you switch between it, it's not gonna play out properly. But yeah, do you get what I'm saying, Stanley? I'm just trying to explain to you, bro, because just because you see something go one way temporarily doesn't mean it's gonna keep going that direction. Yeah, Stanley, I'm trying to explain to you, bro. Stanley, you're not getting it, bro. I'm telling you that these order blocks disappear. Look, if I go back over here, these order blocks disappear, bro. If I go back over here, look, I'm gonna show you exactly what I mean by that. Okay, so here, let me just go over here real quick and see. I'll show you how these order blocks don't stay there. All right, so for example, right here, right? You got a buy right here. You got the order block right here. Or no, it's hard to explain to you, Stan, because you don't understand the strategy, bro. All right, let me try to get this over to you. Okay, so like, look at this right here. Or I'm trying to find an example for you. You see how the order blocks, they don't stay there forever, Stanley. They disappear. So the thing is, like, you're not understanding the strategy, because right here, we have a sell order block, right? It disappears, bro. Can you see that? It's different. Stanley, it doesn't matter if it's a live scalp right now or it's a scalp from yesterday, bro. It's the same strategy. All right, I'm just gonna ignore you from now, Stanley. You could just figure it out yourself. If you think you know the strategy, then go ahead and do what you think is right. But this is my strategy, so I know how it works. And it's all right, man. I'm just gonna ignore you, Stanley, because we need to focus on the next scalps here, rather than I don't think you understand that this stuff that it refills. All right, Stanley. If you think that's how it works, then you go ahead and do what you think works. But this is my strategy, so I'm gonna keep doing what I know works, not what I think works. All right. So let's move on to the next one. Yeah, it's still moving around from this point, because this can here, Stanley. I'm gonna go back to this right here. See how this is right here right now. If price comes down, this order block's gonna disappear. So, bro, like I don't know how much more to explain to you. We're trying to explain to you that it disappears, but you don't get that it disappears. You think that it just stays there, and that's why I'm showing you. I rewinded it to show you, but that's that. I'm gonna leave that in the past, Stanley, and then you could. Yeah, I mean, it's all good, Stanley. It's all good. You don't even have the indicators, bro. So I don't know how could you even apply this, dude. Like, it's all good, Stanley. We're just gonna look for some other entries now while we follow through with this here. Well, I know you're not saying I'm not wrong. I'm not wrong because I know I'm not wrong because this is my strategy. But I'm saying that you don't get it. Like you just don't get it. You don't have the indicators, so you can't even apply the strategy. But you're here trying to explain it to me. But it's all good, man. No, and guys, if you guys are brand new here, Stanley's cool. Stanley's been K2 for like a couple years now. Me and him always go back and forth with it, and I'm just trying to explain to him how this works. But it's all good. Yeah, no, you're good, Stanley. No, we're cool. I just got to focus on the trades right now, Stan. I'm not trying to explain anything to you right now. I'm trying to focus on what's new here. I'm trying to focus on our trades here, bro. I'm not trying to teach you anything at this specific point in time. But yeah, I mean, so we're looking for some new scalps here. This is the new, or no, I'm not going to show you the new strategy yet. Yeah, Josh, we can't show you guys that yet. All right, so this one's still running right here. I'm still trying to figure out what's causing this push up right now. Let me just check this over here. Yeah, there really isn't much. It just, I mean, the Dow Jones is still down, but it's still pushing up. I'm still trying to figure out what's pushing it up because if you guys see here, I mean, it's pretty obvious that the Dow is still negative, but it's still trying to push up higher and higher. Yeah, it's like what Peter said. Yeah, because when Trump was president, like the market was moving a lot faster and it was easier for us to catch these moves. But the problem was right now is the market's just moving kind of slow because there really isn't too much going on in the market. But yeah, I'm just trying to comprehend what's going on here with the Dow 30. Nice. Let's see. Ed said, Shawn, gold 3 minute during Asia session was high success rate. Could it be an opportunity here? Yeah, Ed. So Sharul in the group, I don't know if Sharul's here right now, but Sharul is actually back testing gold with Josh's 3 minute strategy, and it works pretty well off of gold. I haven't used it myself, and we can take a look at it if you want to. If we go over here on the 3 minute, let's look at gold. I'm not sure what the TP stop loss would be on this. Let's see. Cheryl said, I miss Trump's signals causing volatility. Yeah, no, me too. When Trump was president, he caused a lot of volatility in the market, which was good for us. Now the market's kind of slow, like especially for the Forex market. The Forex market's extremely slow. It's like not even moving at all. Like look at odd CAD right here, dude. This is like from this weekend over here. From the weekend, it only moved like 50 or 60 pips. Normally it moves like 100 pips or higher than that. But looking at gold over here, so this was what Ed was mentioning, 2000. Okay, your sweet spot is 2000, 2000. I think it'd be considered 200, right? I think 2000 is like too far out. Yeah. Yeah, so that looks pretty solid right there, Ed. I'm not sure if Charul's in here, but he's been back testing this. So he showed us that it worked here. Like that's what you were mentioning, right? 200, 200. Again, right here. If you want to take this one over here, that looks like that would hit TP as well. No drawdown. So the strategy looks like it does work pretty good. I think, did you mention that? I think you mentioned that it was. I'm gonna scroll real quick. Yeah, so Shawn 3 minute during Asia session. Oh, you meant Asia session, okay. EST 7:30. Yeah, over here. Yeah, it looks like it works pretty good during Asia session. Maybe I'll start trading gold during Asia session with you. So yeah, looking at this over here, this looks pretty solid for the most part. Yeah, this would hit TP right there too. Let's see. Asia session over here. This looks like this might have been a loss. I mean, you know, losses come and go. So yeah, that would have been a loss right there, which is fine. But this looks like this one over here would have been a win. Right there. Yeah, I think overall it looks pretty, let's see. It's just kind of hard because it looks like it looks like it, like when it's consolidating right here, Ed, it looks kind of iffy. Like this one right here. This looks like it hits TP as well. But then once it consolidates right here, it looks like it's kind of hard to identify. You said 9:30 Eastern, so that'd be 7 for me. I think that'd be around, I'm trying to think what would be military time. 7, that'd be 1800 hours. I think it's 1800. Oh, you're right. Yeah. So it looks like around here, or actually, no, it looks like it flops right here off that. Yeah, it's confusing. Yeah, sorry, Ed. I'm trying to figure out what it is military time, because you said 9:30 Eastern, so that'd be 7:30 my time. That would be 1820. So I think that'd be 2000 or yeah, 2000 hours around here. So yeah, I mean, it does work. It does work around this area over here, but it doesn't necessarily. Let me see this real quick. Yeah, I just got to figure out what the timing is, but I think it does work all throughout the day. Charlotte did apply it throughout the day, so that's why it works like through certain times. But I think when it consolidates like this right here, Ed, it's not that good. Like this right here, when it's consolidating sideways, it doesn't necessarily work that good. But when it does start to move directional, it does pick up pretty heavily. Oh, 6:30. Yeah, sorry, my bad. You guys are 3 hours ahead. Damn, the stop loss hit for our freaking US 30? Oh, it's almost there. It's like literally at the dot. It's stop loss, whatever, it's fine. I'm gonna eat this loss, but it's cool. I'm still up for the week. So today was 2 losses. Yesterday was, I think, what do we have? I think 4 wins yesterday, or 3 wins yesterday. So yesterday was pretty good. Today it's just a bad day. It doesn't matter. We're gonna bounce back tomorrow anyways, or later on today. A lot of this movement has been because of the news this morning with J&J, obviously, but it's all good. If it hits stop loss, hit stop loss. I'm just gonna eat the loss, move on to the next one. Lloyd's asking, hey, Shawn, could you post a link to your watch list? The watch list is on the website, Lloyd. So if you go on the K² website, this, let's go over here. Yeah, if you go on the K² website over here, Lloyd, yeah, unfortunately stop loss hit for the other scalp. So both of our scalps hit stop loss. It's all good. We'll move on to the next one. Anyways, going over here, Lloyd, this is where the watch list would be. So if you go over to the K² website, just go over here to K² watch list. And when you click on that, you could download my watch list right here. So it has the pictures here of like what's on the list. And if you just want to download it, you can download it from right over here. Just click on watch list and it'll download to your computer. And then you can upload it to your trading view right over here. You just click on this, you click import. And then that's where you would place your watch list, upload it to your chart. You'll have all these pairs right here on your end. Yeah, I took the L on this already. The percentage for this specific trade, short scene, is about, here, let's see. So I took a, let's see, 2.5 lot size divided by, or times 500. So I took about a 1.2% for this trade because this is on the 100K account. And there it goes. It drops right back down. It's whatever. The market's just off today. It's nothing that we could have really done to avoid it, but it's whatever. It happens. So this is on my 100K account divided by 150. Or no, sorry. 1,250 divided by. Yeah, so it's only a 1.2% risk off these trades. So with those two losses right there, I only lost about like 2.4%, which is not that bad. The daily loss is 5% anyways. I keep within my range so that I don't reach the daily loss. Max loss is 10%, obviously. But yeah, this is pretty much the risk that I took for these specific trades for this one short scene. So it's not that bad. 1.2%. Yeah, look at this right here. I wouldn't be so pissed if this comes all the way down. Yeah, it's all good. Yeah, because yesterday we had a lot of wins. Yesterday we had well, not yesterday and the what's it called? Yesterday and on Sunday, what's today, Tuesday? I'm trying to see what my profits were yesterday on Sunday. Yeah, so looking at these over here, so this was from what was it? Yesterday was the 12th. So yesterday on the 12th, each win here, I have like about a 2% increase. So this is like a 1% or 2% increase, 1.9, 2.4, that's gonna be 2.4 increase, 1.1, that'd be 1.1 increase, 1 increase right here. So that's about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's a 6% increase for yesterday. For my trades yesterday, 6% increase. And then on Sunday was the 11th, right? I took 2 trades on Sunday. So on Sunday, I had a 2% increase right there. So that's about an 8% increase. And then for these 2 losses right here, I lost about, so let's see, I had about an 8% increase from Sunday, Monday, and 8%. And then today I lost about 2.4. It's 2.4. So I'm still positive for the week. That's why I'm saying, like, you know, weeks, like days like this happen where we just have a bad day. It's just what it is. But yeah, if you wanted percentages, that'd be the percentage right there for the week for me. I short seen. Here we go. It's coming back down. Yeah, exactly. No, like what a lot of people are asking, like, you know, why is the market moving like this? There was heavy news. It was heavy news today. Like, we didn't know that Johnson was going to have an issue and that it was going to be super negative today, right? So, like, price action can't be the only thing that you guys look at when you guys are looking at trades. That's why I look at market sentiment over here. I confirm market sentiment over here, but market sentiment is kind of neutral. It's 64%. Plus, there was news for Johnson & Johnson. Plus, they had their press conference, and then all that other stuff that's causing price to move around. So you guys can't just base everything off price action, right? Because here's the thing: if you wanted to look at the order blocks over here, because I mean, all of a sudden, everybody's a pro at order blocks, right? Like, we start using order blocks here, and then nobody knows about order blocks, and we start talking about order blocks, and everyone's a master at order blocks, right? That's always what happens. So let me just show you guys real quick, because I can set it to where the order blocks actually stay on the chart, and I will show you guys that, like, even the ones that repaint, there's like so many order blocks where you can't even. Okay, so let me just do this right here. All right, how do I put this thing back up here? All right, so as you guys can see over here, there's so many order blocks that appear on the chart that, like, it's hard to decipher what's going to be the solid order block, right? Price broke the order block right here. There was an order block right here, so rejection could have happened at this point right here. So as price was coming up, there's different areas where price could have rejected or could have hit liquidity, right? But it's like, you know, like we have like, I'll have like days where we have no losses and nobody wants to talk, right? And then we have one loss for the entire month and everybody's a pro at trading. Everyone's like, oh yeah, I knew about this order block. I knew about that order block and like stuff like that. But why weren't you guys talking like yesterday when I was hitting all those wins? Or why weren't you guys talking about this on Sunday when I was hitting all these wins over here, right? It's just funny that like people like to talk when like we have one loss. We have one loss or we have two losses, right? We had two losses today. But like, where's all the talk when I gave you guys all these profits over here, right? If I show you guys all these profits here, how come you guys weren't pros when I was calling all these trades here for like the whole 2 years? I could go back like years of profits over here. I called all these wins here and nobody wants to talk. As soon as we have one loss, everyone is a pro at trading all of a sudden, right? And you know, it's fine if that's how you are and you think like, you know, people are like the best at like whatever, dude. Like I do this consistently every single day. You go watch any of my live streams for the past 2 years, and I obviously know what I'm doing. But it's just like whenever we come to like one day where one loss happens, everyone becomes a pro at order blocks, you know? And it's whatever, guys. Like, I don't really care. If you guys think you're a pro at order blocks, then go ahead, because I'm going to keep trading the way I'm trading. And we're just going to keep doing what we're doing here. It's not really going to make a difference to me, right? There's an order block right here. There's order blocks everywhere, bro. Like everyone's like, oh, we came to this order block, so we should have you should have known that price was going to go that way. But there's order blocks all over the place, guys. Like the order blocks change from time to time when price like passes them. But whatever. I mean, this doesn't really affect me, guys, because it doesn't matter if like you think you know more than me or I think I know more than you. I'm gonna keep doing what I'm doing, and we're gonna keep winning the way that we're winning here. But there's just it just gets annoying when like people want to be professionals at this stuff at the perfect timing, right? It's just always how it is. But whatever, guys. So anyways, this like literally tapped our stop loss and then came back down. But that's pretty much what we're what we're talking about here. Yeah, I know, Smokes. It's all good. I'm just trying to like make the obvious clear, right? Because it's just funny that like everybody like wants to be a professional because they think that they identify the opposite of what I did. But I mean, I don't really care, bro. I'm in profit for the week, so I'm happy. Everyone else here is in profit for the week, so we're all happy. It's just like the few people in here that think that they know everything, just because we hit one stop loss. Yeah, but it's all good. Steven said, I think I just discovered a secret. Roosevelt said, no, you didn't, Steven. Oh, man. Yeah, so this would have been a sell right here that we missed it. Yeah, so there's another sell right here that could have been taken. But like I was mentioning, guys, I'm trying to wait for waiting for these confirmations before I enter into these trades right here. Because you could technically enter into these trades, but the thing is, I'm just gonna hold off on these entries because there's no confirmation that it's gonna come down yet. You know, this could just be another fake out right here. And let's see, the daily entry was over here. Yeah, a lot of people keep asking about the daily entry. The reason why we didn't take the daily entry today is because it was opposite of our scalps. So the daily entry right here is for a buy, but we are going to be holding off to take this right there. So if you guys are looking for the daily entry, this would be the daily entry. But like I mentioned, there's a lot of news today. So that's why there's some days where we decide not to take the daily entry because it moves kind of heavily, right? Like yesterday right here, the daily entry came at about 10 o'clock. We usually don't trade after 10. And if you took the daily entry right here, like it would have went to some drawdown like throughout the day, but then it would have came down and hit TP. But I don't like taking unnecessary risks, so I don't call these trades when they come in too late like that. Yeah, other than that, Shawn wants to pull out the cloud. All right, cool. But yeah, for you guys who are asking about the daily entry, this would be the daily entry right here. But the reason why we didn't take it is because there was news this morning. The news wasn't good this morning, so we saw this spike down right here. And the reason why we didn't want to take this buy over here was because we weren't certain whether price was going to come up and correct back up, or if it was going to keep pushing down, right? So prices, the market is like, a lot of people can keep saying that the market is not off. The market is off today because there was news this morning. Just because price action doesn't mean price is going to go in that direction, right? So that's just here. Let me see this real quick. All right, cool. I'm just talking. The K2 admins, they're saying not to release the new strategy yet, so we got to hold off. Got to hold off on giving the new strategy to you guys. But yeah, another reason. So this is like, that's the reason why I wouldn't take this trade here just yet, Stanley, because I know you were asking about that. Yeah, so I wouldn't take that sell right there for this specific reason, because we're not sure if price is actually going to come down from this point. Obviously, there is an order block there, but there's no solid confirmation. Like, for example, right here, right? There's an order block here, and you could have taken this buy, but would we take it? Probably not. Other than that, let's see. Yeah, I mean, if you guys want to take this trade, you guys can. I'm not saying not to take it. I'm just saying that it's a risky trade, and I'm not taking myself. But if you guys do want to take it, here's the parameters for that sell. If you guys would want to. So Stanley, if you want to take that trade, you can. It's just I find it to be a little risky before this happens. Yeah, guys, like, just going back to what I was saying earlier, if you guys think the trade's going to go opposite, then why don't you guys say it before it happens, right? Don't say it after. Say it when it's happening so that we can actually analyze it. Because that's the thing, guys. If you guys would speak up, then we could analyze it from a different perspective. If you think it's going to be opposite of what we're taking, then that would be beneficial for us, because then we can analyze it from your perspective instead of you being quiet and then just waiting for it to hit stop loss. And you're like, oh yeah, I knew that was going to happen, but you didn't say anything when it was happening, right? Because that's not beneficial for us, guys. It's not like that. It's not like we're trying to compete here. We're trying to work with each other to make sure that this trade is the best possible trade that we can take here. So if you guys think this is not a good trade here, then speak up so that we can look at it and we can see what you're seeing, because maybe you see something that we don't see. And how are we supposed to like take advantage of that if you don't say anything? So yeah, guys, just going back to what I was saying earlier, if you guys have any idea or any analysis of anything for a trade that we're taking, if you guys post your chart or you just explain what you guys see, then that'd be beneficial, because then it'll help everyone else here, not just one person. So let me check real quick. Nice. Stanley over took that. Yeah, so Stanley took that right there. He took the sell that he was just talking about, the one that I gave you guys. He made about 196 off that. So Stanley, you're still doing good too so far, bro. Like, honestly, you guys can trade against me, but if you guys want to share your analysis, that'd be beneficial for all of us so that we can actually see what you guys are seeing. Like for this, I don't think this is a safe trade. That's why I'm not taking it. See, it's back into drawdown right now. And just looking at this here, it's because the market is kind of moving back and forth. It's not necessarily moving smoothly up or moving smoothly down. I can go back to US 30 over here. Let's delete this here. So as you can see, price is it's like moving in a range right now, right? From these areas over here. Or actually, it's even tighter now. It's like probably from here. So this would have been the range right here at this point. Just delete this because we don't need that anymore. But yeah, just looking at US 30 right here, if you were just to cut this off from this point, you can see that price is just ranging within this area, right? If I take off all these indicators right here, like US 30 is just in a range. That's why I don't want to take that scalp for that way in that direction, Stanley, because there's a support right here, right? Price broke into this area, and then now it's just bouncing back and forth. That's why I don't want to mess with it right now until we have a confirmation that's broken out of that area. Yeah, looking at this right here. See, as you can see, it's pushing back up. That's why I decided not to take the trade. But we'll keep looking for it. If we see a better entry a little later, then we'll take it. But right now it's just, there hasn't been direction that's been set because price is just going back and forth. Hey, what's up, Jeff? Yeah, we'll see where this closes. So here's the thing. If this ends up closing below here, or I mean, if it ends up closing below here, then we can start to identify whether price is going to continue down or continue up from this point. So we're just waiting for price to give us some confirmations here. Let's see. So price drop right here. Like I was mentioning before, guys, if you guys remember what I mentioned earlier, this is the opening candle right here for 630. And like I mentioned before, I said price will do one of two things, right? Price will either come back to where it was originally right here. See this area? This is where before market opened, right? And that's where price currently is right now. So price generally continues farther down from that point, or price continues to push up from this point right here, or it comes back down. So this is what I mean about price being indecisive, right? Because if you guys look back at the 10-minute, so if I go back to if I go back to every opening candle over here, right? So let's go over here. This is the opening candle right here at 630. Price generally goes one direction until like about 10, and then it starts to go the other way. Right, from like right here. So price kind of goes up for a bit. This seems like the same pattern that's playing out right here, right? Because price dropped initially, and then it just came back to where it was before that, and then it ends up going the other way. And this is generally the pattern that happens in the morning for US 30. So that's why I'm like very cautious about how we're going to trade this, because the daily entry here is for a buy, but then these over here are looking for a sell, right? Because if you guys see here, generally when the trade is solid, like for example, if it's solid like this right here, it's a straight move down, right? There's not really much going on where it is indecisive. Same situation right here. If we were to see this buy right here, the one that we looked at earlier, then we could see it's a straight move up. But currently right now, it's not really a straight move down or a straight move up either. It's kind of just going sideways. So this is why I'm holding off on entering this trade, because there's no clear direction with how it's moving. Yeah, exactly. There's a lot of mixed signals, like Jalon said, because he's looking at the Ichimoku cloud, and he's seeing a lot of mixed signals as well. So, I mean, if you guys don't think the market is off, then that's just what you think. But I personally think the market's off, if you guys are wondering, because, obviously if Jalon's getting mixed signals, I'm getting mixed signals, Josh is getting mixed signals, and who else is getting mixed signals? C-Suit's getting mixed signals, then I'm pretty sure the market is off today. Thinks it's LGO. And Kyle too. See, and Kyle thinks, the market's kind of off too. So let's see, Jeff said SPX. Can you please look at it? Very narrow range. Would you take a long or short breakout from this range? Yeah, so let me go over here real quick to S&P. So let's go to this clean chart over here. S&P, zoom out from this point. Yeah, S&P is just ranging right now, sideways, looks like, Jeff. Let's see, we got a range above there. Yeah, it's going. It's in a squeeze right now. Let's see, we got a bullish bias. Some zones in those areas. Here, I'll just do this. I'll draw zone right there, and this lower zone right here. All right, so looking at these zones right here, Jeff, it's definitely consolidating within, well, yeah, it's just ranging within this area, strong consolidation. Turn on pivots. It's in an uptrend though. So we have a bullish bias here, Jeff. So, I mean, is it at an all-time high? I think it is, right? Yeah, S&P is at an all-time high right now. So this is going to be risky because this is going to be the all-time high. It looks like it's trying to break below But the problem with this is here. Let's check the sentiment. So SPX 500 sentiment. It's pretty flat right now. There's only 62% of retail traders that are short right now for S&P. So I think it's going to be, yeah, it's going to be hard to tell what's going to happen from this point, Jeff. I personally think it would break above though. But I mean, the key point right here would be whether it breaks the all-time high. So the key point right here, Jeff, for this would be whether it breaks the all-time high, then you'll possibly keep pushing because it'll hit liquidity there and it'll just keep shooting up higher and higher. Vice versa, if it breaks below here, I probably would wait for it to confirm, maybe like a break and retest. And then I would catch it on its way down. But I think for me personally, I think it'd have a bullish bias for S&P. So this is pretty much what I kind of see happening. I mean, overall it's bullish. I mean, S&P is usually bullish anyways. Looks like it came back up. It came up here, tested the all-time high at 250 this morning. And I think prior to that, that's the highest it's ever been. Yeah. I don't really like trading when it gets to the all-time high right here, Jeff, but I think if it breaks above it, so what I would wait for is if it breaks above it or if it, conducts like a break and retest. So if it comes up, possibly retest the structure and then shoots up higher from there, that's pretty much where I would see this probably going over here. But, like I was mentioning, the market just doesn't seem pretty solid to me today. And if you guys think otherwise, that's fine. That's your opinion. This is my opinion on how the market's moving. So here's US 30. You guys can see that it's just going sideways, right? It's US session. Like US 30 should not be going sideways during New York session. It should be moving up and down, right? But you can see right here, it's been going sideways for a while, from like 5 o'clock this morning, sideways, 6 o'clock this morning, sideways. Then it just opened up, it pushed down, came back up, and then now it's just going sideways again, right? It should be moving directional right now during New York session. But yeah, Jeff, I mean, that's pretty much what I see right there for the S&P. But I don't think it's really going to have much movement. I would probably just wait for that confirmation. And once we see how it ends up playing out, then we can wait for that confirmation there. Let's check this real quick. All right. Yeah, no, I'm glad some of you guys made profit. So here's the thing, guys. Some of you guys did make profit from today. Unfortunately, I took the losses, so it's all good. Like whoever lost today, that's fine because I lost with you guys, right? But not everyone lost today. So like if you guys closed early, like Stanley over here locked in 196, Dennis over here locked in how much profit did you make today? A little over 1,000 off that. Dennis over here as well, locked in 30 bucks off that account. Cheryl over here locked in 987. Like just because I'm losing, guys, doesn't mean everyone else is losing, right? Some other people here are actually winning, even though I took some losses. But I'm fine with the losses because we won a lot Sunday and Monday. So today I just gave up some profits, but it's completely fine. But going back to our trade from earlier, yeah, it's still going sideways right now. So, I mean, if you guys took this trade, it's still currently in profit right now. But like I was mentioning, it's just too risky for me to want to take it. That's why I'm not taking it. But that doesn't mean it's not a good trade. It just means that it's risky. There we go. So until we have some sort of confirmation, we're just going to have to hold up and wait for this to confirm the move. Yeah, definitely, Roosevelt. I know I see you on these sessions like every day, so that's cool. It's cool that you keep up with us, and we all share ideas because that's what it really is here, guys. Like what it is here at K2 is we share ideas. Like I'm not always gonna be right, and I'm not always gonna be wrong, uh, but if you guys have any other ideas with like your trades and stuff, we could always combine our ideas. But like looking at US 30 right here, guys, I don't know if this doesn't seem like the market is like not really moving, then I don't know what to tell you because it's not really moving, right? You guys can see here for the past like hour or so, or not the hour, but like the past 30 minutes or so, it's only moved like 70 pips. If you look at previous days, so if we're looking at US 30, say not today, but yesterday. So if I go over here to the 10-minute, so like you can see right here, right? So this is US 30 from yesterday. So from yesterday, look at this big bullish move right here, right? This is how New York session normally moves. Over here, it's only been going sideways the entire day, right? Because I'll mark it up from here. Because I just want, like, what I'm trying to do here, guys, is I'm trying to show you guys so that you guys can understand like how the market is moving today compared to how it normally moves. Because I mean, some people just don't understand that it's not. See this movement right here? This is for today, right? If you look at yesterday, price is actually moving yesterday, right? Like it has a nice bearish move right here. So it's bearish right here. Right here, it's just sideways. Over here, this was the previous day as well. See, this is how New York session is supposed to move. Super bullish right here, right? Super bullish, bearish, sideways. And then again right here, same situation over here again. From this area here, bearish, bullish, bearish, and now sideways. So I'm just trying to show you guys that, when the market's like this, it's kind of better to just sit it out and wait for an opportunity rather than hop into a trade and hope that it's going to play out. Because our main goal here is to be consistent, consistent with the profits, not like make profits one day, give it away the next day. More so if the market's just moving sideways like this, it's best to just sit it out and then wait for something to actually give us that confirmation. Because like, for example, right here, so Stanley, if you're still here right now, like, the old order block over here, there's probably gonna be another order block that's going to appear within this area because this was a previous order block. And there we go. Price is just going back and forth. So we'll try to see if we find anything. I'm hoping we get at least one more trade before we call it a day, because once it reaches 10, that's usually where we stop trading for the day. And 10 o'clock is coming pretty quickly right down here. So we just got to wait for that to confirm before we can hop into something. But let me see. Let me check my calendar to see which sessions we have today. Let's see. Yeah, one session today with Sanjeev. So after this session today, I'll be live again today at 3 p.m. my time, Pacific time, where I'll be having a mentoring session with Sanjeev. But hopefully market picks up by then because the market's just way too slow right now. It's not something that I like trading in, unfortunately. So let me see if there's anything else here. Roosevelt said, I never scalp. I've always been a naked FX trader, but I'm trying to make money. Yeah, I know, Roosevelt. The market for the FX is kind of slow, right? I'm not sure if you've seen it too, but the market for the FX has just been really slow. It's been hard to catch, good moves because we trade FX on the 4-hour. And I'm just going to scroll through here and see if I see anything over here, but we just don't really see anything that's available right now. So let's see. Odd USD, possible buy entry right there, but it's only 16 pips. It's not really worth the risk. CHF JPY. Yeah, see, like they have some entries here that are available, but it's not something that like it's just too risky. Like right here, if we were to, I was gonna call this trade for you guys last night for a buy right here, but you can see price came up and then it just came crashing all the way back down this morning. Like stuff here is just barely moving. I was gonna call the sell here, but it just keeps going back and forth. So it's definitely a slower market compared to last year, and that's why we've been focusing more on scalps versus versus these forex trades here. Like again, right here, an NZD CAD, we would have wanted to take this trade right here. It would have just came right back down. Let's see, Nick said US 30 is heading down. There we go. So this is what we want. Now that we have some volatility in the market, now we have some confirmation that we should probably take some trades in that direction. So yeah, whoever took that sell earlier that I showed you guys, I'm not in this trade, but if you did take that sell, it's currently pushing down now as we speak. So at this point, we're going to be looking for any possible entries that are available. All right, perfect. So market's starting to pick up a little bit. That's exactly what we wanted. Now we're just going to play by ear and see if we could hop into anything. Hey, David, you still here? I don't know where David's at. David is over there quarantining. If you guys are familiar with David, check this real quick. I'm checking out the admin chat right now. Steven said, "LOL, the ones I don't take turn out to be the winning ones." Yeah, I know, Steven. Like yesterday, you didn't take any of the trades that we took, and they all have been hitting. Are you at David? Are you in the chat? I see David's messaging me right now. That's where David's at. No, I'm messing with David right now. So here, yeah, here's the trade right here for that one. That's sell. It's about to hit full TP. So now that price is moving, we start looking for some more scalps. I mean, I try to look for some forex trades right here, but nothing's really moving. You guys can see it's just consolidating for everything pretty much for the most part. Let me check NZD USD. I'm gonna check out the indexes right here. So the dollar index right here. All right, looks like US 30 is now moving down. Yeah, dollar index looks weak. The New Zealand index, New Zealand dollar index is pushing up. So if this ends up closing right here, I'll probably call this for a buy for you guys in the group. Man, this sucks though. The only problem I don't like about these trades are that they're too they're not very much of a big move. It's like a 20 pip move right here for NZD USD, which is, I mean, it's fine because you know we got to work with what we got right now. Down moves, big drop for USD CAD. USD That's weird. These are all kind of, pull this up right here. Well, let's see. It's not a good move. There we go. That would have hit full TP right there. So that other scalp that I showed you guys earlier, that would have hit full TP. Same with our other trade, guys. So this thing that we were looking at, this would have, you guys can see it's just bad, right? So the trade that we took earlier this morning that hit stop loss, it literally hit stop loss. And what happened from that point? It dropped all the way down, right? So it's just bad luck today, guys. It's like, it's not necessarily a horrible trading day, but it's like a lot of our trades just hit stop loss and they come back down. If our stop loss was a little wider, it would have been better. But unfortunately, for today, this is just how the market's moving. So now that we have these confirmations, we can probably start looking for some better trades as we go along. So yeah, that's what we'll be waiting for right now. That sucks. Where's Josh at? Josh, are you here? This literally came straight. This came straight to our stop loss earlier, and then it hit TP. Wow. But are we surprised? Not really. It was like we were mentioning earlier. The market is it's just all over the place. What's up, David? Yeah, Josh, did you see that, dude? It came up, hit stop loss, and came all the way down. It would have hit our TP, or I mean, it would have hit the other TP if we took the second entry there. They knew. Yeah, man, who's giving away our trades to the institutions? Damn, but this would have been a good one right here. Okay, so now I'm kind of comfortable with taking trades now that we have the market actually moving somewhat directional. I mean, it's not super directional, but it is moving somewhat directional. So just looking at this here, I think the market's starting to choose its direction, and then we could continue as it goes along. I mean, it just happens, guys. Like, shit happens where this is just how the market moves sometimes. Like even right here, even for this daily entry, or not the daily entry, but this 10-minute scalp. Yeah, for this 10-minute scalp right here, let's see. See, as you guys can see, both of our trades from this morning, they only hit stop loss slightly. Like, I don't understand where like everyone's like going crazy about these trades. It barely hit stop loss and then it came all the way back down. This happens sometimes, right? So this is the 10-minute entry that we took right here. It came up, hit stop loss, and what happened now? It's back in profit. Same with the 3-minute entry over here. It hit stop loss and then it came straight back down to profit. Yeah, Stanley, that thing really did smack. Damn, Dave, you must be bored, bro. He's on full quarantine right now. Isn't it pretty crazy out there in Italy right now, though? Dave, aren't you guys normally on, you guys are like on lockdown already anyways? Let's see, Jeff's looking at Apple, so let me pull up Apple for you guys real quick. So here's Apple right here, Jeff. The same markup that I made yesterday. It looks like it played out pretty nice. That one played out. This one over here is kind of just bouncing around. But yeah, looking at Apple over here is what we'll do. Let's turn this off right here. This right here. All right, so looking at this right here, Jeff, just looking at Apple from a bigger perspective, the lower ones right here are kind of relevant, but I mean, I guess we could draw them just so that we can have a reference for how price comes back down, tests its structure, and then shoots right back up. Yeah, looking at this right here. That right there. Yeah, so looking at Apple over here, Jeff, looks like price. I mean, it's moving up like pretty smoothly. Comes up, comes back for the retrace, comes back up, comes back for the retrace. So it looks like it's moving up pretty smoothly. So I think what's going to happen here, or honestly, I don't know what's going to happen here, but we do have that bullish signal right there. So it indicated a bullish momentum swing upwards. So like looking at this right here, we had this break above this structure. And it looks like it'll probably come down for a retest because just looking at the previous patterns over here, it looks like whenever there's a bullish break, so like right here, we had a bullish signal. We had a break and close past structure right here, came back down for a retest, then it shoots back up. And this is just basic, technical analysis right here. But it does look very bullish right here. I'm not sure what you're trying to enter. Jeff, I know you trade options, so I'm pretty sure you're not trading directional. But yeah, I mean, for the most part, it looks like it's moving pretty smooth upwards. So I would have a bullish bias for Apple over here. All right, let me go back to US 30. Yeah, it's starting to come down. So it looks like we're going to have a bearish bias. So yeah, it seems like a bearish bias right now. We'll keep watching it, see how this plays out. David said dodge. So are you still stacking up those Dodge coins, David? Let's see. Yeah, I should damn feel like eating chocolate. All right, this is cool. So like now what I'm looking for here is I'm looking for price to retrace up. And then when we get that sell signal, then I'll take the sell down there. We still have some time left on the clock from now until 10 o'clock. So I'll try to hop into some trades when we see one. But like I said, market is still moving kind of slow right now. Because the thing is, we already have this order block entry right here. This already hit full TP. So the next one's going to be this one over here. Check this out real quick. Yeah, this sucks. There's a lot of these, there's a lot of these right here that I'm trying to take, like USD This looks like it could be a solid sell. Let me just make sure if there's a zone below there. All right, so that looks good. It's at a daily zone though. All right, looking at USD maybe I'll call this trade for you guys here in the group as well. Off the next candle close. Let me see if I can find this right here. Let me check the confluences here. USD we have DXY over here. Where's the DXY at? And this is going to be the Swiss franc SXY. DXY is going down. SXY is going up. So I might call this trade for you guys here in the premium for USD. Let me check the news real quick because I'm not sure if there's news this week. I guess there was news this morning at 5:30. It's kind of relevant. Okay, perfect. Tomorrow, Powell's going to speak. That's probably going to cause some volatility in the market. So this is the news that we actually like. So I think tomorrow morning we should probably be able to catch a lot more scalps right before he talks. And then after that, we'll probably call it a day, and then we'll move on to the next trades from there. But yeah, I'm probably going to call this trade for you guys here off the next 4-hour candle close, which is in about 40 minutes. So once this closes, we can probably take this trade here. Other than that, we do see a buy here for NZD USD. but it just doesn't look like a safe trade. I'll keep it marked up in case it does satisfy what we're looking for. But other than that, the rest of the pairs here aren't really moving that much. Let's see. Yeah, not too much there. And we're just looking for this possible buy here, or I mean possible sell here for this breaking news right now. All right, so let me pull up CNBC. Stock making the biggest moves midday. Johnson & Johnson, Delta Air. All right. All right, just covering some of the stocks that are moving. All right, so we do have that buy signal right there. We do want that to close so that we can take the sell signal on its way back down. Let me check the K² admin chat, see what any ideas are coming on over here. All right. Yeah, I can see that CT. I'm trying to figure out. So CT over here drew a block right there. I just saw you guys' messages here on the YouTube chat. Let me see what CT thinks about this. Yeah, I can see that too, CT. So CT says that he sees a sideways market to engineer liquidity, but yeah, we'll see what happens from this point. Just trying to see how much did this drop right here. Yeah, no, I can see that CT. There's a lot of volume right there around that area. Yeah, I guess we'll have to wait and see. I mean, unfortunately, the market, I thought the market was going to move, it was going to pick up, but it just died down again, right? It came down right here for a slight push, and then now it's just going sideways again this way. So there's not really much for us to look at this point, unfortunately. I don't like how the market's moving today. Let's see. So it looks like a lot of you guys did lock in some pretty decent profits today, even though I took a couple losses myself. Nick over here locked in 347. So it looks like, Nick, you took a lot of these trades that I called, but you pulled out a little earlier, which is a smart move for you on that end. So you hit your daily goal, 147 over your daily goal. Nice, Nick. Same with Jalan over here. Jalan locked in 1,952. So a lot of you guys took the trades that I called here, but you guys pulled out early. I held to like full stop loss. So unfortunately, it I ended up taking the losses, but I'm glad to see you guys over here still locking in profit, even though I took a couple losses today, which is fine. As long as some of you guys are winning, that's all that really matters to me. I don't have to be the one that wins every time because, we've been pretty consistent. And it's just been, it's just bouncing around. It's all good. So glad to see everyone else here still locking in some pretty good profits as we go. But yeah, you're looking at US 30. I thought, well, I didn't think, but I felt like it was going to come down, but now it's just going sideways again. So if the market doesn't pick up by 10, we're probably going to call it a day. We'll just call this, call it a day for how it is. and then we'll pick back. I'll try to come on for Asia session. Let me see, because I do have my session with Sanjeev today at 3 p.m. Pacific time. So during my live session, I'll be going live again today at 5, and I'll probably be going over some scalps with him where we could cover everything. Damn, and I was thinking back at that, like the earlier scalp earlier when you guys closed out, like these that Jalon took. Because I was in profit like almost 2,000 earlier when we took those 2 trades, the ones that went into drawdown, or like, so in this trade over here, I was already up like heavy. I was going to close out when we were down here, but unfortunately I held on to it, and yeah, price reversed on us right here. Same with the daily entry over here. You know, price was in profit, and then I ended up getting closed out from that specific trade. But looking at US 30 here, it's starting to come back down. We were waiting for that buy signal, but the buy signal never came. So now we're just pretty much waiting for this to play out. No, Steven, I'm not going to be coming on for a live session. I have a mentoring session today. Later on, we'll have mentoring sessions all day today, but the one that's public is going to be at 3 my time. But we're not going to be scalping like normal how we are doing now. I'm just going to be mentoring. If I do see scalps, I'll probably be taking them. But you know, our main focus is going to be for the the main focus is going to be for that mentoring session. See, short seen on average, how much time do you give on charts every day? I don't know. Short seen all day. I'm on the charts all day because I always have questions all day. So like I'm literally on the charts 24 hours. Well, not 24 hours, but you know, when I'm awake. Because I'm here on these live sessions with you guys for like 4 hours in the morning. And then I have the mentoring sessions in the afternoon for like an hour each. So I'm on the charts literally all day. Let's see. It's starting to drop. I was hoping that we'd have a buy signal right there so we can catch it as it comes back down. But unfortunately, right now it's just coming down. I'm going to go back to our original, well, not original strategy, but the 1 minute one that I've been using. So yeah, looking at this here. I don't know if you caught these, Sisu. There's a couple here that you could have taken off these 1 minute moves. Damn, it's starting to drop. I should have just hopped into the sell earlier. It's all good. I got the short end of the stick today, which is it's not a big deal because I'm going to make it back probably Asia session. I'll make it back tomorrow. But it is getting closer to 10. As it gets closer to 10, there's not really much for us to take right now, guys. So I'm going to go over the Forex pairs real quick. If we don't see anything for the Forex pairs, we're just going to call it a day. And then we'll be back tomorrow morning, or I'll be back this afternoon for my live session with Sanjeev. And then I will be back on these normal charts tomorrow. Let's check this real quick. All right, so going back to these Forex pairs over here, I was still thinking about calling this trade right here. Looking for this one right over here as well. The signal disappeared, so nothing for NZD/USD. The main one is probably going to be, the signal disappeared for this too. So the Forex market is just not really moving, guys. Like we had a signal that was pending right here. It disappeared, so there's no entry there anymore. Same with NZD/USD. We were looking for a buy here. This one keeps appearing and disappearing, so we don't know if it's going to close or not. And then lastly, AUD/USD over here for this one. So we will be looking for any possible entries here. Yeah, US 30 is starting to drop now, but there just isn't any entries that are available at this time. The most recent signal was over here, which already hit full TP. Other than that, I don't think we're going to get any entries from now until 10. Let's see. Yeah, guys, it is 9:30. So I'll give it a few more candles and I'll see if this ends up closing. If not, then we're probably going to call it a day for today for this New York session. And then I'll come on for the mentoring session later today. And then I'll try to call some scalps during that mentoring session. Or I'm not going to call them like how I normally do here, but you guys can follow me to see if I take any trades on there. But other than that, I think that's probably going to be it for today, because the market is it's just not giving us any entries at this time. So we're just waiting for it to come up. But looking at everyone's profits for today, not my profits obviously, but looking at everyone else's profits for today, a lot of you guys did pretty good so far. So Jelon over here locked in 1,952. Nick over here locked in 347. Stanley over here locked in 196. Dennis over here locked in a little over 2,000 right there. Dennis's other account over here is sorry guys, had to mute my mic. My dog barks at like everyone who walks by. Cheryl over here locked in about 987. Jelon over here on the other account, 1,500. Here on Stanley's 2 accounts, he took a 4 lot. He made 916. His 5 lot made 65. Ray over here locked in a couple, let's see, 40 euros right there. Funk A locked in $100 right here, or 100 pounds. And Valentine locked in 2,345 off his account. So as you guys can see here, and Rick also, he locked in 1,540. C-Suk over here locked in a little over 2,000, it looks like. Yeah, if you factor in those losses. Josh locked in about 922 off that account, and Tam locked in 249. So, and Trell over here, obviously 4,210. So as you guys can see right here, you know, everyone, like other people did good today. Like not everyone did bad. Steven did bad, but not throwing under the bus team, which you normally do bad. Steven, he took some bad trades, but though I don't think those were from the ones that we took, because yesterday was a good day for all of us except for Steven, I think, unfortunately. So yeah, Steven, we'll try to help you bounce back, but yeah, I don't know what happened to your account, Steven, because everyone else here did pretty good yesterday and Sunday. Like if you look here from today's the 13th, so if we go back to the 11th, which was I think Sunday, right? So everyone's profits here from Sunday up until today were pretty good, Steven. So I don't know how you had a bad day. Like literally everyone here, this is all from Sunday night. So Dimitri over here locked in 675. Shawn over here locked in 289. Patricia locked in 1,529. Mercedes locked in about 1,000. Kong over here locked in about 896. Trell over here locked in about 3,000 right there. So that's only from Sunday. And then this is Monday. You know, Rick over here locked in 432. Fred locked in 752. C-Suk locked in 805. Jazz locked in 546. Lee locked in 75. Camo locked in 226. So this is just for Monday. Like there's a lot of profits here for Monday, Steven. So I'm honestly, I don't know how your accounts always end up in the negative when everyone here is in the positive, right? So I'm not sure. Well, I mean, you've had issues with like following the trades properly, and you do them incorrectly. So I think that's what the problem is. But you know, we're definitely going to help you try to get that back up to positive. But I mean, it's been the same issue with you for like the past like 3 months, Steve. I'm still trying to help you get back, but it looks like you're trying to do things properly this time. But yeah, guys, I think that's it for right now. It's already 9:34, and we don't see any entries coming up over here. Once it reaches 10, I usually stop trading at that time. And this is 10 Pacific time. So just a reminder, because I know that someone confirmed it earlier that they weren't sure that it was what my time zone was. So Pacific time, 10 o'clock, that's usually where I stop trading. Price is obviously continuing to drop right here. I'm not going to hop into this because I don't want to chase that as it continues dropping. I'd rather just wait for an actual entry to reappear from here. But yeah, guys, other than that, thanks for showing up. I'll be back here tomorrow morning. I'm pretty sure tomorrow will be better, guys. Like, don't worry about today. Well, most of you guys did do well today, but I personally didn't do well today, which is fine. because we did good Sunday and Monday. So other than that, thanks for showing up, guys. And I will catch you guys either later today for the mentoring session with Sanjeev. I'll be on at 3 p.m. Pacific Daylight Savings Time. And then if you guys don't show up for that, I'll be live again tomorrow morning at 6:30 a.m. So other than that, I will catch you guys later this afternoon for my mentoring session. Let's see, Rick sent me another profit here. Let's see. Nice, Rick. He made some more profit here. He made 563. So there you go. Another profit right there from Rick. Yeah, no, it's all good, Rick. There's ups and downs in trading, and it's a back and forth game. But as long as you close the day in profit, that's the main key, right? What you want to do is close the day in profit every single day, and then you can compound that account over and over every single day. So other than that, I will catch you guys later for the mentoring session at 6 p.m. today. And if you guys missed that, then I'll catch you guys tomorrow during the live session tomorrow for another scalp session. So other than that, I'll catch you guys later. If you guys have messages or if you guys have questions, just reach out to me on Telegram or email me, and I'll try to get to you guys as soon as possible.